Check, check. Live from Slate Billiard Club, we have Demetrius Gelatis here. I'm going to go get these guys the leg.
Hello. All right, we've got 6 people watching now. So he's getting the thing rolling. Sorry about the delay getting set up. But if you're in the chat, let me know if the audio sounds okay. Speak to me, chat. Can you hear me? Oh, hey. All right. Terrence Levine. Thank you. For a minute, I thought I was by myself. Dave will be back to help me out here. He's just getting these guys set up. Okay, so here's what's going on. Jeff and Vince are 2 students of mine, friends of mine, and club members. And they were very close. For those that can see the Fargo rates, they're 1 point difference. And so we thought we would put them under some heat. And I'm not sure what the bet is, guys. I don't know. It's nothing where the IRS would be too concerned, but enough to where they both want to win. They're going to be playing 1 race to 7 bar table 8 ball, and then 1 race to 7 big table 9 ball. And so it'll be fun. So if anybody else is watching and wants to say hi, let me know who's in the audience. We appreciate you tuning in. And hopefully, we'll laugh, we'll cry, and we'll all come away a little wiser for the experience. All right, so let's see. Predictions on the leg. The 7 ball or the 5 ball? Sorry, I don't really have much else going on right now. I'll go with the 5 ball. I don't even know who's legging, but I'll take the 5 because it's orange, reminiscent of the pre-matchroom 5 balls. And for that reason alone, I predict. I feel like I'm tap dancing, like I'm trying to stall for the show to start. Anybody that was curious what a 1 Fargo point difference makes on the match percentage in a race to 7? Well, there you go. It's worth 0.38%. So, isn't that like the edge that tails has when you flip a penny? It's something like that. Dave,
I got it, Vince.
All right, get over here, Dave. I've been tap dancing and stalling. We got to get this thing going.
Yeah.
I've been talking nonsense, but it's good. So,
well, Vince had to have a last smoke break, so he's
all right.
walking in now. He knows they got a leg, and
All right. I'm on the record of predicting whoever lays the 5 ball will win the leg. I don't know. Yeah. So. Have you played these guys much before, Dave? I've played them both quite a bit, so.
I've played Vince on the big table, and I think he has, I guess I would say, a large advantage on the big table, but I have never seen him play on a bar table. So, and Watts can play bar table 8 ball, so it's tough to say who has the advantage. I would say Watts in this game, Vince in the other game. The Fargos are identical at, what are they at, 486 and 487?
Yes.
I think they both play stronger than that. That's just lack of games in, lack of, I think they're talking about the wager, whether it's going to be like 1 bag of chips or a bag of chips and a pop, per set, or
okay.
5,
Yeah. So I think that, they're both students of mine, and I've worked with them both quite a bit. Jeff, the big difference, I think, is that Jeff only started playing pool maybe about 4 years ago, which, 4 years is no joke. It's like, obviously that's a little bit of time, but Vince has been playing probably 30 years, or you know what I mean? And when somebody's been playing their whole, when somebody's been playing a lot of years, they just have much more experience swinging their arm and knocking balls in. Okay, 5
Here
ball
we
it
go.
is.
They're going for the leg.
Oh, man.
Demi chose the 5 ball. The 7's coming in. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. The 7 ball.
5 clearly got, okay. But no, I think that the reason that, I think that it's possible that Vince has a striking edge on the big table just because of the number of years he's played and the amount of big table pool he's played.
Okay.
I also know that Jeff's been playing mostly bar table lately, and so whereas Vince plays mostly big table. So I think that gives him a striking edge. If Jeff, it'll be interesting to me to see how he moves and how he values the innings. Vince used to play a little bit fast and loose, and that in some of those in between situations that come up, I didn't feel like he always respected the value of every inning. But I've seen that change quite a bit, and I feel that I'm really interested to see the moving game in both,
Right.
in both disciplines. Okay, here we go. Let's just get to the action. Jeff is breaking. Well, that's a good break. I mean, well, not an easy. I didn't say it's an easy run. I said it was a good break. All right, is that Jesse Martin from St. Louis, Jay Bird? That's awesome. Thanks for joining, Jesse. All right. If the 9-2 is on, what do we got for problem balls? We got the stripes and solids both have a problem with the 9-2. And then that cluster of 5 balls in the middle is obviously a problem for each. You kind of want to look at stripes right away just because you've got a number of open balls. And this will do the trick to get them. This is like that football trick shot where you make the 14 and it caroms off 20 balls. Okay. All right. Tough opener under the pressure. Oh, Jim Richards is here too, and Jim has played on a team with Jeff. Man, everybody here, Jesse Martin, Terrence, Jim, everyone's done my 3-day boot camp, every one of these guys. And a couple of them have done a refresher, Vince and Jim Richards. So, okay. Thank you guys, appreciate the support. So this is getting messy. Stripes is looking better and better if you can make the 15, right? Because now the 11 goes to the left side. The 15 goes. Everything, it's except for the 9, right? Everything goes, and then you've got the 10 to break those open potentially.
Yep.
There's worlds where, I don't know if you can get into them off the 15, but if you could spin into the 8-9 with like a real low right,
Sure,
and just kind of,
right. That's juicy.
but it's for your opening shot, that's a lot to ask.
to take the suit, right? It's still open, right? I think. Or
Yeah,
did Jeff.
it might. No, I think it's still open. I'm pretty confident I didn't miss anything. I think maybe the calmer shot would be to just use a little inside to come cross table for the 13, and then figure that you can.
Maybe follow into it.
Yeah. Okay. It's tough, man. You turn on the camera. Anybody that's played a bit on the camera knows how that goes. You flip on the camera, and it's almost like the balls go blurry, your stroke goes wobbly, and you just realize every shot's an adventure. And we played that tournament in Iowa a month or two ago.
Yep.
And I remember I played that match on the stream, remember? And my very first rack, I missed a really routine 4-ball, and I just remember going back to my chair like, okay, every single shot is going to be an adventure. There is no
Yep.
routine. There is no routine under the heat.
Yep.
Okay, that's a great shot. We got action. Now, it's still tough though, right? He's going to try to go into him now. Okay. See, I don't know that there's value in saving the 11. I might have picked the 11 off first. Oh, well, I stand corrected. Turns out it was a good thing it's there. You can maybe go 2 rails into the back of them. I mean, right now he's just trying to keep. Oh, he's using low ball. Okay. He's going to try to draw 1 rail into him, which can work, but I think that the 2 rails more predictable. It's more predictable to use a rolling ball than it is to use a hook draw. But okay, it's tough, man. Sometimes. The hard part is when you're trying to break open the balls, you're hitting them with speed, and what happens is that the cue ball slides down the tangent line quite a ways before the draw hooks. Okay, he's playing safe. You know, that's a smart shot. If you don't have a run out, don't shoot your 14 in just yet. That makes sense. Keep the guy's 6 covered. Good shot, Jeff. All right. Now Vince is up. Boy, this is where it's interesting. Did he call this cross side? Is he banking this ball and then try to carry him in the? Yeah, he tried to.
Yeah, I think he was trying to like sweep across it and cross rail it.
So now Jeff's got a question. He got a few options. You can shoot the 14 and try to break these. You could also try to combo the 9-2 and open them up and just play a safety. You see that, Dave? You could play the 9-2 combo and play some kind of safety. But he's okay, he hit him. Does he get a shot? Nice breakout. The way he went into him, it was hard to get a shot. And so this is about as good as he could expect. And it's a shot. It's not easy, though. Especially when you know it doesn't carry super easy position. It's easy to get distracted by worrying about your next shot. If you're going to go, you just gotta make it. Do you...
I think you can put a little outside on this and
come 3 rails around.
3 rails,
I would
and
too.
at least get a good
You know,
look.
at this angle, it's not like hitting it soft makes the pocket play any bigger. Even if you hit it soft, the pocket still plays brutal. So you might as well just go all out. And
Yep.
we played the other day. I had that same shot. I remember every shot I've ever shot.
He's putting top right, it looks like.
But I like trying to get shape, whichever way you do
Yep,
it.
still got to go to win.
The brutal part is where the 9 ended up. It just takes away that glimmer of hope that you might get another shot. But this is important to watch. You know, a lot of people think that 8-ball is just a break and run fest because you remember the times that you run out and you remember the times your opponent runs out on you. And you forget about the games that are kind of grindy, and there's a lot of them. And I think in this race to 7, we're going to see a lot of multiple inning games. Good shot, Vince. That's a good opener. And so that little stuff, like when Jeff played that safety, it gave him a second chance to run out. And it didn't work out, but he gave himself that chance. All right, so Vince has got to get on the 2-ball. He's a little thin on the 3. Does he go around the 7?
I mean, the 8's sticking out too, so he has to get down there, down pretty low to get a real good look.
So this is one where when Vince watches this back, like he shot that and pulled back as if like all you got to do is see he drew back and got on the 3 as if all you had to do was get a shot at the 3. But you have to look a shot ahead and say, hey, if I get thin on the 3, it could make this tough. And if he could go back in time right now, knowing what he just did, he would have made a point to get a little bit thicker on that 3. That's what I think. And so sometimes you got to check your angles a little bit, but it's hard. It's hard to get a rhythm going.
So this is a challenge match. Both of these are Slate Billiard Club members. We are in St. Paul, Minnesota. Please like and share if you like our beautiful voices.
You know what's cool about this shot, though? You could actually there's so many things. You could play safe all out and cover the 7-9, but then you could just knock the 7 on top of the 9. But then you're taking away your offensive opportunities. But even if there's a way to, like, hit the 7 to the rail and out and just leave him that long shot on the, the 11 or 13, where he could hit the 2.
Looks like he's behind the 8, maybe?
Yeah, the dangerous part of this is that you're leaving him on the good side, where if he can make it, he can get shape. If you play safe off the 7 and leave him up by the 9, then even if you leave him that shot on the stripe, he's got to make it jacked up and, like, draw back 4 feet to a short side. I don't know. It wasn't easy. If he could have gotten the hook, that's clearly a game winner. But again, if Jeff has a shot, great. If not, he could even scrim the right side of the 9 and come back up where he's at. But I think he has a shot, but I'm not sure if he can control his speed. I guess we're going to find out. We'll all find out together. Oh, what a shot. He played it for the corner, and he made it. Oh, boy. I know he's not thrilled about the angle he got. Yeah.
Yeah, a little flat.
I mean, it was from where he was to shoot that in the corner and then get to the good side of the 2, so he got a shot at the 9. That's a heck of a shot. All right, you're just going to have to settle for distance here, right? You can't really work the cue ball when you're frozen on the point. Oh, he tried.
Yeah.
Well, if he knocks it. Okay. So, what would you have done, Dave?
I would have bumped out just out of that corner pocket and just enough to get my hand on the table.
And
you
then
know, I
just
would
try to-
want to bridge
yeah,
with
just shoot
my
the spot shot.
and shoot the spot shot from, you know, kind of middle of end rail, middle of end.
Yeah, I think so. I think
Because sometimes you just gotta accept it, and
it's
when you-
hard though under the when you
yeah, you
'cause
think you might be able to twist it out of there.
and that shot on the 8, just the idea of even facing that shot on the 8 could just be like devastating.
Well, and in Game 5, let's argue Watts probably makes that smoothly. You know, when he's a little more seasoned into the match for the day. But just it's Game 1 too.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of time to just play everything super simple early. All right, we have our first score.
All right.
Change the score. They are going to keep score on the chair out there. You can see it on the chair. That's where we got leagues going on.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the background right there.
Good view of Slate Billiard Club. At least the aisle
The
between.
aisle of bar tables.
So we've got the front room. We'll see a little bit later. This is the
Yeah.
then you've got a back room, and then this is the aisle that kind of connects. So to the left is this little glass windows is the office where we're sitting,
Yep, we're right behind the glass
and then
window
we're
there.
surrounded by pool.
That way they
tables.
can't hear us talk. You know, we can giggle and laugh about stuff, and they don't have to think we're accidentally laughing at them because we're not.
Let's. I'm curious how Vince. I've never seen Vince break bar table 8 ball. I've seen him. I've played him a lot of big table 10 ball, and his break's gotten quite a bit better actually on the big table playing 10 ball. So I would imagine that he tends to. He lets his elbow get involved on the swing and usually comes up on the tip and gets a lot of follow.
Yep.
Well, he hit him hard.
Yeah.
He hit him hard, but the nothing really tracked in. Can you zoom in any more than that, Dave? Thank you. All right. I know everyone's trying to figure out what they do. I mean, he's got stripes and solids. You know, solids, the 3 is a big problem, and then the 1 is annoying. But stripes, stripes, the 9, 15 are kind of annoying. Or whatever that is on the
I
left.
mean, if you're
bottom.
left-handed, you could shoot the 14 into that
You know,
7 a little.
Yeah.
You know
That,
what I mean?
that
Get
actually is
that move right off the bat.
that seems pretty good.
Right-handed, that's pretty tough. But
Yeah. That's
maybe a bridge. I mean, it's a bar table. You can almost reach.
so
that
that's a
with-
good candidate shot. I like that. And then if you're going to take solids, then solids are tough, man. That 3 ball, it's hard to come up with a good plan. But maybe you could pop into. Oh, maybe it goes to the side. Wow. Okay.
Maybe he could get shaped for the 7 and the 2 kind of off of this 3 ball.
Yeah. The 3, yeah, it does go on the side. It's really tight, but it goes. You can't really. You have to get good on it, and you can't really work your cue ball off of it. So I'd be tempted to shoot it right now if it goes to the side, just because I don't know. You can always draw back a foot. It's just. I don't know that you're ever going to get that good on it again.
I think he can draw back, nudge that 11, and be pretty good on his trouble ball.
Okay. He's going to go another way. He's going to try to stick in the window, maybe. Oh no. Well, he might end up with a 3. Obviously, more than one way to skin a cat. Now, we saw Jeff playing a live stream tournament that we ran here.
Yep.
I say we, I did nothing, but you ran here, and
You commentated one of them, I think.
he played pretty well in that match, and so I'm hoping that he settles in. And whatever happens here, I'm
He
rooting
will.
for both guys. I just want to see.
Yeah, these guys are both awesome dudes, and they're both our friends, so we don't really have a favorite here. No money on the line
right.
for us. So Vince gets a shot. Vince now has a trouble ball down by the 3, which will be tough to get to. Maybe he could shoot his 13 ball off of that ball.
Yeah,
or something.
good eye. That's exactly right. It's just a matter of even getting the first shot. You know,
Yep.
I'm not even sure he's got the first shot here. You could also slow roll on the left side of that 12 right now and just try to wedge him on the bottom of the 3.
Like that.
I'm not saying that's high. I don't know. It depends on where it's sitting.
No, I like that because he can't like ticky safe you back. You mean you got
You
you
got
know
your,
what I mean?
Yeah, you got your ball. Is that what he's going to do?
I think he is. Yeah. Just a tip.
And I'm so proud of Vince's touch. Oh no, I say that he didn't actually get there.
He got it it was a legal hit, but he didn't get under.
Yeah, but he's really worked on
That
his
was
soft
the
touch.
right shot, Vince, for sure. Yeah, he has a big stroke on the big table, so it's nice to see him do a little ticky touch.
Yeah, one of the things was his minimum speed used to be kind of reckless, a little wild, and it was marginal. It was suboptimal on the big table, and it was like really challenging on a bar table. And he did that refresher with me and the guys a few months ago, and we really zoomed in on his speed. And then he started like coming home and he started winning tournaments and stuff. It was pretty cool.
Nice.
So that even though that safety didn't work, like that touch was really good.
Well, yeah, he was. Gee, that was.
Boy, this is not so simple. So what are your only choices, right? You've got the 6, which only kind of leads to like, I don't know, it's kind of weird. And then you've got the 7, which also doesn't lead very well. Dave, you play bar table 8 ball quite a bit more than I do these days. I just feel like you've got to shoot the 6 because the 7 ball,
Yeah,
you're
you
just
shoot the 6 and you're gonna have shape, or you're gonna play for shape on the 7 or the 1. The 8's in play. You're gonna be kind of.
so you kind of draw to the side rail and then just kind of stun down.
I'm rolling right at the 8,
Oh, really?
really slow.
Okay.
'Cause I have the 1 almost.
He's loading this with inside English.
Okay, so he's gonna try to check this, which worked.
Oh, slow down, cue ball.
He-
What a
that
shot!
actually-
That's a
yeah,
heck of a
that's not
shot.
bad.
I didn't see that. So Jeff found something that neither of us saw. So
So yeah, now do you go? Do you go to the 1?
well,
here, or-
you have to get a shot, and so obviously the 1 ball is the problem ball. But even if you got on the 1, if you get on the 1 where you're not hooked, you're going away from the 4 anyway. I think you got to just play for the 4, and
Okay.
then that way when you get on the 1, either way
try
you're
to
gonna.
draw back between the.
You
1
just
and
see
the
where you
8.
get. If you which angle you get. The 1 also goes to the top right. It has a big pocket. So, I mean, I just feel like unless you could roll lightly into the 8, I don't know what angle he's got.
Tough to see the angle.
But I would assume that you got to get on the 4 ball here and then just hope to get a shot at the 1. I don't know. Because if you were to get on the 1 of the side, it's a miracle to get back on the 4, then it's a miracle to get back on the 8 again anyway. So I like what he's looking at there. This way you've only got one miracle transition as the 4 to the 1. The other way you'd have several. And this is pretty good because it goes to the side and the corner. This is what I'd want, and I'd just try to pull it towards the 8. And unless you could play the 1 off the 13 of the side. I don't know that that's on, but it's something I would look at, because if the carom is easier than the position, then I would take the carom. But if the position's easier, take the position. Tell you what, though, that was pretty smooth. It's a little scary here. You want to hope to hit one of them balls full. Probably, is he going to hit the 11 full or the 10? I can't tell.
Just don't overdo it,
What if he feathers the 11 3 inches and then hits the 10? Oh, he hit the 10. He hit the 11 full. Perfect.
Hit it good.
Okay, that's a
Hit
heck of a
it
run.
good, yeah.
Whatever. Okay, let's make sure he makes the 8 before I call the marching band. Hold on. What a run, Jeff Watts. And if this was at a tournament and he made that run, his opponent would already be talking to the tournament director about how he's rated 486, and he just got out from there.
Right, you got out from there, and they're not using the scorecard. Looks like they got coins on the table. They kind of. I set it there for them, so it will be 0-0 the whole match on their scorecard.
That was a pretty good out, man. To get that,
Somebody's doing drills on the 9-footer.
we got a little preview of our Big Bertha.
She looks pretty clean over there. Let's go back.
Yeah. I feel like I'm an eagle flying in the sky, looking down at the pool table. Why don't we zoom back in? I'm just having fun. My eyesight isn't very what it used to be. All right, let's see how Jeff breaks him. I kind of don't remember his first break. Okay, good action.
It's a good 8-ball break right there.
So obviously stripes jump out. The big problem would be the 15 on the left side rail. So immediately, now the other, I say that, but solids, if you were going to make an argument for solids, it would be that you're on the 4 and you could open up the 15 right now. The 2-1 is a dead combo. And so maybe, Dave, take a look at this. What about solids? Shooting the 4, getting behind the 15, kicking it out, making the 7, shooting the 2-1, the 3 then goes. It's not impossible to run solids, whereas stripes are seductive because of the 13. But actually, you've got the 10 on the top rail and the 15 to deal with. I'm not sure that. I don't know. In the chat, would you guys take stripes or solids here? I want to hear some. Maybe somebody can tell me. I'd be really tempted to take solids here.
Yeah, this is a tough choice. I mean, you could probably push that. You could shoot the 4, like you said, and draw that 15 ball right into that.
Yeah, but you don't want to because the 3 goes. If you go behind the 15 and kick,
goes by the
you go behind the 15, kick it away from the rail, make the 7, then the 3 goes. Then you get on the 2-1, shoot the 2-1, shoot the 3. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm just saying it goes.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jesse Barton, when he says solids, you could just count on Jay Bird having the right answer. So he likes my pattern. But Jerry Bayshaw, yeah, so if you're going to take stripes, oof. He wanted to get on the 10 next to get that out of the way, and then he was going to come back up for the 13 and try to kick him open and hope to get a shot. But now the question is, now you take stripes because you don't have that opener that you had before. So just like a kaleidoscope, you turn the thing a little bit and everything changes. Just like that, stripes becomes the preference. And I might even swing at that 11 ball or that 15 ball right now. Oh boy. All right, and once again.
Yeah, he'll have to take stripes.
Sorry, Jerry, we got 2 out of 3 said solids. So you've been outvoted. If this was, you've been voted off the island. All right. But now stripes. You know what's a cool shot? I'm not saying this is right. You obviously are to try to rip them open, right? But you know what a cool shot would have been? At some point, you can billiard off the 15 and kick the 3 into the 13. So you just play. I'm just saying that's at some point, like he could make the 14 in the corner. He could just draw off the right side of the 15 or even follow off of it, depending on his angle, and just kind of float the 15 out in the open and then just nudge the thing over the lip.
Yep.
I don't play this game very often because, Minnesota. So, but Jesse said he saw it the same way I did. Yeah, that's good. So like right now, I would probably billiard. Jesse, do you like my billiard draw shot here? Draw into the 3, or is that I don't know.
I think it's on right now. I think it is.
Is he doing it? Did he call it?
Doing it.
No, he played safe. Oh, man. Now we'll never know.
Boo.
We're going to go set those balls up afterwards. All right, so Vince is definitely solid, but now stripes are wide open, so now he's got to be careful. So I would definitely start with the hanging 7 ball because I am a nit. Oh, he overspun that with inside. Does he have any outs? Could he?
Ooh.
This is bad.
I mean, he can tickle off this and roll up and try to freeze to the 3 ball, but like,
Yeah,
it's live.
that's the problem. Yeah, you get the 9 is in the middle. It's hard to cover the 9 and the 13. So he's going, and I don't blame him for shooting. And there's always the chance you can leave. If you happen to get him behind the 6, you can always leave distance. Or you could just spear this in. Okay, Vince. That's what I'm saying, man. The guy strikes good.
Yeah, he lined that up and let her rip, tater chip.
Boy. He still has a chance to go like 6, play the 2-1. A little inside. He's on the combo.
Yeah, I like the combo here. You get right on the 3. You can roll this or stun it the way Demi likes to. Yeah, this is a stop shot combo, right?
I don't know that I'd want to use enough speed to shoot a sliding ball from 3 feet. I'd
Okay.
probably use high left, but yeah, that's a little bit unlucky to get there.
Yeah.
That's kind of, that makes this, I mean, these are bar tables, but these are diamond bar tables, and these pockets are definitely, they're not valleys. You can't just shoot them towards the blackness. You kind of have to strike them clean. Oh my goodness.
Good shot.
The guy can
He
strike.
can shoot.
I'm telling ya. It's funny too. It's not fair because sometimes, obviously, this is a bar table and everything. But when I play Vince, to be fair, well, you know what it's like when you've got the worst of it in a game and you're kind of doing a lot of chair sitting. You know what I mean? I could put the heat on him where it's hard for him to really get going sometimes. And so I
Yeah,
forget
yeah.
I forget what he can
Oh,
look
I know
like.
the feeling. Yeah, I know exactly how Vince
Come on!
feels.
You toasted me last set we played.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about it. Oh no! Don't do it.
He didn't.
Okay.
He doesn't. He's got. Ooh.
This
I
is.
think he's going for this.
And he shoots off the rail pretty good. I'm not trying to commentate or curse him. This is a hard shot. I'm not saying I
Yeah.
expect him to make it. I'm just saying, you know,
I don't think he has to worry about having a shot either. I think the 8 will go towards the 9 and.
what a shot. Yeah. And you know what? This is one of those things where, like,
He's a shooter, man.
he is a shooter. And it's like I'm used to having, okay, so we all have our strengths, right? And I lean a lot on my cue ball control. And so I'm not used to having, let's see if you can put this down. Of
Nice
course.
shot, Vince.
How did he run those out? He just
He
shot
just
everything
shot
in the
him
hole.
in. He
It's
just
just-
went around the table shooting.
It makes me question
Tough
how
shots.
it makes me question how I play pool and how I teach pool because it's like you can get over analytical and you can get a little bit too careful and it's like at some point if you just shoot everything in the hole you win the game and so you're allowed to just make some hard shots. Hey, Pankoff, all right,
Ooh.
what's going on?
Mike, I hope you're enjoying ice cream and the live stream that we are bringing you tonight to your living room.
Mike would have not only run the table, he would have run them all in the same pocket. The guy in rotation with Banks. Jacked up one-handed. All right. So Vince is up 2-1. That was a heck of a run, man. I'm still kind of stunned. I'm really, like, it's got to be emotionally a little taxing on Jeff there. He he had to be staring at that the whole time, thinking he was going to get another shot.
Yes,
and then
for
when,
sure,
And then
for
when the
sure.
cue ball was racing at the side pocket, I'm sure Jeff, like, if you heard a crash, it was probably Jeff falling out of the chair trying to lean the cue ball in the side pocket.
It was definitely on. It just hit and went left a little.
All right. All right, what do we got here?
So we have a dry break, Vince dry broke.
Solids,
Hit him
man.
hard too. Good break, Vince.
The solids are open if you can claim them. Can you claim them somehow? Can you? I mean,
7 thin is fine.
Yep, yep.
Because you will have outs. You'll have other balls.
I like that. I like starting with a shot you're gonna make because
You're gonna
yeah.
make it. Get the suit and then pattern it out.
Yeah, stripes down. Let's just look at both sides. With stripes, if you can get on the right side of the 915, they do go.
Yep.
So if you didn't like your chances of making the 7 and getting on these other balls, you could shoot the 13, 11, 10 on the bottom right, and then just work your way over to the right side of the table. The only problem is the 8 doesn't really go anywhere. I like this, Jeff. Just, yes, exactly. A little, sometimes you need a little fortune, but now you can shoot the 6 and kind of roll into the 13 and try to get on those balls on the right. And
Yep.
there's a lot of work to do, but at least you're off to, out of the starting block.
He's looking like he might be on the 5 right now.
Well, that would be dreamy. And then later, there's worlds in which you'd play the 3 and play the 2 short side. The other thing, you could also come back to those balls on the side rail. You could shoot the 6, and if you don't have a good angle to get into the 13 and to hold, or if that would get you too thin in the 1, you could come all the way over for the 3, shoot the 3, and try to work back over to them, and then the 2 goes later. I think that's a lot of movement, though. I would be trying to find a way to clear those 3 out now if possible. Yeah, I like this. If he could, even if he has to twist this a little. Oh, okay, he's on the 4.
Yep. He can take the
I wonder if he
6.
could take the 6.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he can take the 6 without movement. So I love to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Especially it's because it's pretty covered. And that was a good shot. He's making balls.
Are we gonna at the end of this rack? Is he gonna have to go 3 to the 2? Because I mean, that's
Well,
kind of
well, the short side he'll have to play the 2
short
short
side just
side.
to roll it ahead of him.
Yeah. I like that he's taking his time. There's no time clock.
And you like 6, pull back the 1, then shoot the 4. Is that kind of your pattern?
I don't know that I would care. If I could make the 6, I would just be like 100% on trying to make it and not really worried about anything past that. Yeah. And then for sure we got to go to the 1. Yeah, I mean, it would sure be nice to go 1/4, but if there's no bargain to get hooked. There's even worlds where I would play, if you couldn't beat the 13, what about playing short side on the 4? And then you can always pivot, just coming across table, making sure you come across table, and then you can either get the 4 short side or you can get the 3. I don't know. I'm just brainstorming. I want to keep getting shots and not getting hooked. And he did try to do what I was saying. And you can see it's not such a bad idea,
Yep.
Just
Yeah, especially because now that shape leads right up the rail.
Well, he would have, if he'd cut it in further, he would have gone a little further. But yeah. I mean, the bottom line is that unless he's frozen on the rail, he should be able to find a way.
to get on the 3.
And worst case, he could shoot the 3-2 and then go back for the 4. So I kind of like what he did. It made sense to me. But now Vince, his big challenges, right, are getting on the 9-15 and then also getting on the 8 ball. There may even be times I go to the rail and bump the 8 from behind. Oh, well. Is Jeff going to have a cut at the 4 ball? It looks like he's forced to...
You rushed that one, Vince, just a little bit compared to all your other shots so far today.
Yeah, I'm assuming he's got to shoot. Now, this is a pretty difficult cut. So is there any backups? Like, is there any safety to even consider here? I mean, it's pretty hard, but it's not impossible to consider safe. I think you kind of have to shoot at it, right? But it's just too hard to cover all the balls. You don't want to leave them on the right side because that 11 goes to the side, and you don't want to leave them on the 12 down the rail. So I'm just it's
leaving them on the end rail really isn't.
yeah, it's a tough
healthy
enough
much.
cut. I at least want to think about where the cue ball's going a little bit.
One ball rail 3, trying to sneak the 1 in.
Oh, he billiarded. He billiarded off the 1 and made the
Wonder if
3,
he called that. He must have. He's at the
and he didn't
table,
get a
called the
shot.
3.
Yeah, or does he have the 4?
Yeah, he's got the 4.
Okay, well now it's a little desperado. Got to get on the 1, the 2. What if he could? What if he used low outside? He came 2 rails and got straight in on the 2 on the bottom right. That'd be You had a dream. You had a dream. Good. Well, he made the ball. And give him a bank cross on the 2 ball.
He's got a bank.
You know what's funny is that there's times when a bank like this would be your worst nightmare, and there's other times when it sounds like it sounds like a blessing. Like, oh, I've got a bank on the 2. You're just happy to have anything, you know?
It's like, and it's like, it's a decent one. You know what I mean? It's not a
Yeah,
mythical one.
Yeah. It's tough though because he's hooked. Never mind, I'm lying.
Or maybe the bank's not on because of the 10 ball.
He's kicking this way. He's just gonna make Vince earn it.
You know.
He's like, I'm not giving you a ball in hand to shoot
One's
to 12.
one's in front of the deal. You got to fire it right now, or
Well, no, I'm shooting that 12 immediately, and I'm playing my cue ball cross table to where if I miss, I'm definitely playing a 2-way where I'm shooting the 12
Copy.
and my cue ball's going on the other side of the table.
yep.
Because otherwise, man, that's a ball I would not want there. Okay. Well,
I've seen this story before where Vince just shoots them all in.
we'll
So,
see. I
yeah,
mean, I'm not counting them out.
12's tough.
See, I'd still be thinking about like the 15, trying to go into them somehow. But yeah, still, Jeff's got to come with a shot here. Your options are either to try to go 1 rail and bump the 8, or try to cheat the pocket and just pinch this ball.
I think you can pinch it up.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
It's kind of looks steep though.
It's a little. It's just awkward.
It's got to be a twisty, throwy.
Yeah,
draggy.
yeah. It's really touchy. And the other. So, is there a way if you try to go 1 rail at the 8? Okay, he's going to try to pinch it. The problem with going 1 rail at the 8 is that if you clip the 2 and then the 8, there's
get bad.
if the 15 wasn't there, there's times you could get away with splitting both balls and getting a shot at the 2 in the bottom right. But with the way it's sitting, you'd really have to hit. I mean, you've got to go at a very small target. So, I'm with you. Maybe.
But the more I look at this, I think I'm going to try to hit the 8. It's just.
I don't know. You're pretty good at this type of shot,
I
though.
don't
This
know.
little wiggly.
I am.
And you don't even have to get good shape. You just need to be. Okay, well that was the right shot.
Wow,
if you could
and he
do
coulda
that,
gave it a little more. So yeah, that's a good shot. But. So now he's got to look how he's going to come off the top of this 8 ball.
well, I don't know. Sometimes I got a little confession. Sometimes I don't look because you can't do anything about it anyway. All you can do is miss the 2 worrying about it. So sometimes the only thing you can do is pick your speed. To be fair, I would want to try to hopefully use a speed to where it's not going to stay behind the 915. But in the end, you kind of pick your speed,
All in on-
but then you just go all in
all
on
in
the
on the
2
2.
because you could always like kick bank the 8. I just keep making balls. Like you got to go Vince Hansen mode on some of these. Oof. Yeah. See, this is where I don't know. I'm not at the table. I just don't like missing balls. I'd rather keep making balls and doing what's in front of me. If he can get by the 8 without hitting it, though. Yeah, the tendency is to undercut that because you're trying to get the draw to take. And this is what I'm saying. Like, I would have much rather just rolled the 2 in and then had anything.
Have whatever.
Just be at the table, yeah. But I don't know. I'm just looking at the replay right now on my screen.
Well, jacking up definitely may.
It's just hard. It's because I think I don't know. Anyway, I've already said what I can say.
So here we go with Shooter McGavin.
Yeah, he's still got a little. He's going to have to shoot. Ooh. All right, Jeff. Billiard the 2 in and make him pay. Love you, Vince, but I want to see a billiard. He's already billiarded a couple balls. He's already made that.
Yep.
Sky made an 8 ball on me once he was right where that 11 was hanging, was where the cue ball was. The 8 was where the 2 is, and he billiarded it off to 15 in the bottom left with like one stroke, like it was a hanger. Good for him. He's going to try to take it off the 9, or is he?
He didn't really say, point to the pocket or nothing.
What is a 486 in APA SL?
St. Louis? I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, he was at
I'd say probably a 4 in APA.
oh,
That'd be a guess.
5. I would go at
Well,
least 5.
Well, these guys I think play good for 486.
Yeah, you're right.
He's just more saying like if you were general Fargo rate, I would put these guys a little higher. They don't play in tournaments where they're far. They shoot pool. They don't. But they're starting to maybe want to venture out now. So
Yeah.
I think APA 4, APA 5, depending on.
I think if you go to Dr. Dave's website, he's got some page where he's got like
All
812
the
different
different
league rating systems, and he's got them all like
crossovers,
yeah.
That's probably your answer.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dr. Dave.
Dr. Dave. All right.
I think he got on it. Looks like
Yeah,
pulled
he
it
sure
back
did.
just
He
enough.
sure did. Yeah, Jeff's got a. It's a tough game, man. Sometimes it's a real hinky little game, and sometimes you just feel like you're trying to shoot shots in, but you just can't quite get them apart, and you got that one last ball, and it's real pool. It's real life. Now he's not excited.
No, he's not.
If this was as easy as if you could make this comfortably, you just draw it to the rail and out, and there wouldn't be much to think about. So this leads me to believe. Now the only question, and Vince, I've got a question for you, Vince, from future Vince. I'm talking to future Vince.
Oh, they have a close call. It looks like.
Future Vince, my question is, why were you not looking at it before you put the cue ball there? That's my question to future Vince. Okay. Okay, yeah, Jim Richards. Yeah, Vince was a 7 on the APA team before COVID. Yeah, that sounds right. But now Jeff has an inning. So I'm definitely thinking about, like, I'm not saying I'm going to go all out safe here. I'm just saying I'm thinking about where I might leave the cue ball. There's not a lot of safe spots to leave the cue ball, so that's an issue. So as I say that, I'm tilted more and more. But I mean, you can cut this. What about, if you cut this in the side, it doesn't really carry shape anyway. What about yeah?
He's thinking about it. The banks are. Well, in argument's sake, I was a 7 too, an APA 7. That's why I guessed lower. You know what I mean? Because my Fargo's a little higher than these guys.
Yeah, I still don't know. I mean, you could go all in on a cut or a bank, but I can't really envision. Oh, that's a pretty cool idea.
Yeah, he did it good.
Now,
too.
I think he left. Vince is pretty good at thin cut, so Vince is going to cut at this ball and get on the 12. But if he left him on the side of that ball, that's actually a pretty good shot. I didn't even see that, and Jeff, I didn't see anything better. And
No, that was a good shot. I like the choice.
I mean, had that covered the 12, or had that not left a cut even, that would have been really good.
Well, and this is a pretty strong
Yeah,
back cut too. But
yeah, but I think that
Vince does these.
I think so. I mean, it's at least you made him earn it though. Ooh, but the way he played that, he just let his cue ball completely go. So now Jeff's strategy is beginning to pay dividends. Now, do you just play safe here?
Yes.
Let's
You
see.
are shooting from the end rail, son.
Well,
Gotta freeze him to the end rail. And bar table, you have to.
well, this is interesting because again, you've got to be thinking
Shape
about where
doesn't
you,
lead to
well, you,
nothing.
and you got to think about what you lead because if you go on the 2 ball, you're playing shape for the 12. And I'm not saying that's not what you have to shoot. Maybe you just have to shoot the 2 and go 2 rails and go all in. You might have to.
I think I thin this ball and get behind the 8.
How do you no thinning? How do you thin it though? Off our right side, you just a scratch. You can't get behind. No, you'd have to like. You could. The only thing to even consider that's not going for this ball would be like legging at the bank or something. But I think you have to shoot here. It's just
It looks like he's shooting.
he doesn't. Yeah, yeah. That's the problem. It was a little double kissy, and now you wish you'd shot the shot.
So he was trying to leg
It was
down
just-
into the lower
Yeah,
right
he
or
was trying to
something?
he was trying to play like a one pocket, or he was just trying to leave him on the bottom right. But the problem is if you hit it straight, you leave him a shot. If you cut it, you got a double kiss or a scratch, and it's just in the end, sometimes you got to take your equity. And I'll tell you what, there's. Oh man! All right. Okay, now this is tough. So here's what I'd say, Dave. Remember the first rack when Jeff had that 9 ball and he tried to work his cue ball instead of taking the spot shot from the end rail? That's one spot shot for the win that he didn't get to shoot. That 2 ball a minute ago, he had
Yeah.
another spot shot for the win that he elected not to shoot. So he's passed on 2 spot shots that were granted tough, but if he'd made one of them, he would be ahead of where he is now, which is 0 for 2 on those opportunities. So sometimes you got to shoot, and I get it. I get it.
So he left him down
It's
there.
yeah,
See
it's
if
tough
he-
because he can just roll behind the 8 here too. I mean, you don't even have to shoot this bank if you don't want to. And I feel like Vince is probably pretty close to even money to make the bank, but he doesn't even have to shoot it if he doesn't want to. You roll at a half ball hit, and you get the guy dead hooked. And so Jeff could have looked ahead a little bit and said, what might he do if I put him there?
Yeah.
He had and I'm not saying it was an easy bank, but he had a bank cross side for the win. So there's a balance. If you're always shooting at your pocket, then you're giving up way too many games if you're not thinking safe. And to be fair, Jeff came up with a safety a few shots ago where he almost stuck him on the side of the ball that I didn't see. And I'm really glad that he found that safety. That's an example of where good thinking can win you games. But we've also seen some examples where not shooting can deny you opportunities that, he's had a couple swings that he passed on. And now he wishes he'd banked the 2. It's tough, man. It's a tough game. To be fair, Jeff, if you'd shot the 2 cross side and it didn't go, I would be saying, why didn't you just roll me to the end rail? I'm just kidding. It's a tough game. To be fair, I know that it seemed like a pretty routine safety behind the 8, but some people would either shoot the bank or some people wouldn't have been able to hit that, and you have to know to hit half ball. I've seen a lot of people try to thin the 8 and stay behind it super soft. So a little tip, you go half ball hit like you did there, and then you got to use a nice touch. And we got Pedro. All right, Pedro's part of our online group coaching for Slate Billiard Club. Hey, Dave, why don't you throw that link in the chat? Oh, here, pass me the keyboard.
Yeah, right.
Can I put that in the chat? Okay. How do we zoom in? Home? Is that what I do?
Yep.
Okay, there we go.
Break is live.
All right, let me just.
Looks like Vince dry broke.
All right, so I'm sorry, I just wanted to put that link in the online group coaching, guys. Like half the people in this chat are part of that group coaching. So Pedro, Jesse Martin, anybody that's Terrence Levine, if you guys want to encourage anybody to jump in the online coaching or say, so I'm going to be focused on the match, not a sales pitch. But it's pretty cool. So
It's open. Jeff Watts at the table. He doesn't really.
all right, good shot, good shot. That's the thing too. He's been shooting good enough to take a few swings at some of those.
Yep. I'm glad he's shooting.
But now what? It's tough. You got the 10 in the corner, I guess, and then
10 in the corner, roll ahead, and maybe try to draw the 9 ball right into that 8. You got to move the 11 sometime. Maybe down.
now have we seen a table run from the break, either dry or otherwise? I don't think so. No. So that means claiming the right object ball group and dealing with your problems is a priority because they've been getting second chances. And so you don't, even though you want to run out, you also have to play the match you're playing. So like what he's doing here makes a lot of sense, shooting this 12 to me. It actually makes some sense in the idea that you want to make your problems go away and make the other guy earn it.
Yeah.
Because Vince, like the way it's been going, he has not run out when on his first inning either. So if you're Jeff, it makes sense
You
to.
have to keep that. Yep. It's
Yep.
part of the match you're in, right?
I mean,
now.
you're not. We're not Shane Van Boning here. We gotta play to our skill level. Oof, he did not get a shot. And he opened up Jeff's 12 ball. So whatever you do, now that you're the underdog at the table here, you just don't want to open up any more of his balls, right? So what about, I wonder if there's a world.
He's looking like he's going to thin this 1 ball.
Sheesh. I was looking at kicking and sticking beyond the 5, like a net. I don't know.
He's I think that's what he's lining up.
He
No,
played
I
the
missed
4
the
off
one
to
too.
7. Wow.
4 off the
What a
side.
kind of a shot. None of us saw that coming. That's some Efren stuff going on.
I think he pointed to. No, he must have called it. Yeah.
We're watching the replay.
Yeah, we got the replay.
We thought he
on
was
the screen.
we thought he was shooting a 100-degree cut on
Oh,
the 1 ball.
some sneaky carom there. What do you think of that one, Mr. Pancake?
Well, okay, so now we got to get the 1 ball pretty soon. He's going to make the 7, but now look at where he got frozen on the wrong side of the
Could have
7.
got on the 1 right there, Vince.
I didn't even see getting on the 1 in the corner. That might have been a good move, but
Both balls, yeah.
okay, he's still, maybe he just follows 1 rail across
Nice.
and then
Ooh, he's gonna have to shoot. Ooh, maybe he's got it all the way up.
I don't know.
Does not look like he has it in the side.
But I like what he tried to do to get on the 1 ball next. I mean, that was the only reasonable thing to try. All right. And look at the cue ball. It's going to get on the 12 on the side. Okay, so now Jeff's got a dream opportunity. His balls are open. He even got kind of fortunate to get that kind of a shot. Like it could have been a little tester to start with, but he's got the 12 on the side. But now getting on that 11, I know under ordinary circumstances, it looks like, well, you just shoot the 12, roll forward, maybe get on the 11 next. If not, get on it at some other. It's just not so easy when you're on your back foot. And I would take this opener really seriously. There's very good tendency to miss this ball thick in the point because you don't worry about the shot. You're like, I'm not worried about the shot. I'm worried about the 11. It's like, no, you got to worry about the 12 first. The 11 is going to be there. You don't want to undercut this ball, which is very easy to do. Okay, that was really clean. Good things happen. I might even try to get better on it. I'm greedy. That's what he's doing. Better to go a little too far here. Okay, that's better than coming up short. And now you've got to take it, right? You've got to take that now. You're not going to get better. You can't go 9-15 because you could that back cut of the 15 could get dicey. I don't like saving this. This is the part where that 11's got to go. This you can't be afraid to shoot that 11 ball from here. Oh, okay, he's going to do that. Okay.
That's a good stroke to draw that.
Well, he got on it, and now he's got to get on the 15. Yeah. Okay. He's got it. He's got it. He's just got to keep making balls. Yeah, I like the corner here. But I don't know. I mean, either way, it's probably pretty close. I think this is one where as long as you make it work, it's right.
Yeah, see where the ball stops for you.
I like the corner, though. I just
Now
feel
he
like
has to go to the corner.
I feel like you actually have a target you can aim at and set up a point. Like you can have you know. And this is one where I do not worry. Like there's sometimes you're like, well, what if I freeze on the rail? I don't want to freeze on the rail, but it's like, no. The priority here is making the ball. So I give myself permission to be frozen on the rail if that's what happens. Oh man, what a shot. Well, he's acting mad, but I guess it's a little tester when you're down 3-1.
Yep.
It got a little.
Just a little bit of too much juice, just a hair.
The starburst, the juice is loose. It's okay. He's just take your time and. He is. He's taking his time. Yeah, there is no scratch unless you really undercut the ball. As long as you use a high ball, of course. Oh, is he going low ball? I don't like the. Well, he's at the table. Yeah, the tendency is to undercut it again to try to to get the low ball to take. Yeah, it's coming tough. Well, that's what happens when you're back on the score. That's why there is no routine. Yeah, the scratch wasn't on with a high ball there, and so I think that was one where you just kind of get a little spooked and you start seeing monsters under the bed and making the game a little bit too tough. But Vince ended up coming with that shot, and he pocketed the ball, which was, of course, the priority. Here, I kind of like shooting the 5 in the bottom left and playing kind of to where you don't leave anything direct. I don't know. Maybe there's...
You're shooting the 5 in the lower right corner.
lower left as we look at the screen.
Yep.
Yep.
Just like that.
Yeah, good shot. Good shot.
Didn't leave much either. Hard bank.
Man, these sets are tough. They could slip away from you pretty quick, man. Yeah, in the end, there's an 8-ball. There's puzzles, there's safeties, there's breakouts, there's a lot of decision making, but pool's always going to be a game of pocketing. And when you come to a match, and I'm not saying this to Jeff at this point, I'm just thinking out loud. Like, I'm saying this to myself too. When you come to a match, you have to be prepared to face difficult shots and be prepared to just put them in the hole and just say, I'm going to be in spots where I'm gonna have a series of difficult shots that I have to put in the hole that I'm gonna have to be able to make if I'm gonna win this match, because I will speak from personal experience. I've played a lot of sets of pool. When I go to a match thinking I'm gonna outmove the guy, I'm gonna play good cue ball, I'm gonna make the game look easy, I'm just gonna make everything so automatic and simple, then it's like it's always harder than I want it to be, and it never goes the way I want it. But when I go to a match and I'm thinking to myself, I'm just going to have 100 hard shots in a row and I'm ready to do whatever it takes to get through that rack, then I'll make it better. I'll do what I can to make it easier than that. But mentally, you got to be prepared to walk through walls. And Vince, I think between the two players, Vince has demonstrated that he's ready to just shoot hard shots in the pocket. And I think Jeff's been trying to find ways to give himself easier shots, which strategically is right. But you got to do both. It's hard because I'm rooting for Vince, but I'm also rooting for Jeff to kind of get in stroke too, because I know what he's capable of doing.
I do like stripes here. Vince made one on the break.
He is shooting stripes, and he made it. And he's got a shot at the 10, but not really. He's going to have to slide between the 6, 9 for the 9 on the right-hand side or the 15 on the bottom right. But these are definitely open. This is the first time he's made a ball in the break, I think. Oh, he's got the 9. What am I talking about? He's got the 9. I was looking at the 10 ball, but yeah. Yeah, I like the 10 right now. Look at that. If the 10 goes right now, you can go 10 and then that. Ooh. Okay, well, this is a big issue. That 3 ball's a big issue. What else? The 8 ball, we don't know if the 8 ball goes in the bottom right, but the 8 ball may be tied up as well. And is there ever a world where you would just play safe and just, if you could shoot and stop on the 5 and call safe and just wedge them on the 6 and try to get ball in hand to deal with the 3 and maybe even wiggle those balls apart? It's funny, I just spent like 5 minutes talking about how Jeff needs to shoot at his hole, and now I'm talking about how he should be playing safe at an open table.
Yeah.
I'm just insufferable.
Yes, there is lunch money on this match. It is a 2-person tournament.
Yeah. I don't even know the dollar amount, Pedro. It's nothing serious, but it's enough to where, you know, nobody's going to be evicted if they lose the match. This is one spot I wouldn't hate playing safe, but if you can shoot the 6 and get on the 3, though, I would do that. I just didn't know if it went or not. Yeah.
He wanted to stun it down, but it came over and just ticked the other solid, and it made the 6 ball, bank out.
Well, Vince
Trying
is,
to create an angle.
yeah, Vince has still got some work to do. Let's see if Jeff desperately needs a gift, because I'll tell you what, 5-1 down and negative momentum is tough. All right. That's okay. You know what? This is tough, man. Being on a stream, I will say, it's an unenviable situation when you just feel like nothing's working, and all you can find are ways to lose. That's pool guys. Sometimes you get like that. That's not Jeff doing anything wrong. That happens to everybody that gets in the ring. And I kind of feel that way rooting for him right now, and I feel that way playing myself sometimes. So.
No, but he's a smart enough player to know that 3 ball's a problem, and I got to get down
Yeah.
there.
But I mean, that happened to me last time when I played Shane. When we were talking about Iowa, I was down there. I mean, Shane came out of, to be fair, he came out of the gate and like just barraged me. But by the end of that set, I was helpless, right? You know what I mean? So.
I know, I saw it.
Yeah. Well, the 3 is still a problem. It's just easy to be thinking thoughts like, come on, man, the balls are open. I've got all the balls open on the table. I should be able to run out. Like, how come it's so tough? And it's just, yeah, you just got to take a deep breath and let it out and just keep regrouping. You have to. You have to do small stuff. You can't be thinking about how you're going to run 2 racks. You just got to pick something small and do one thing right. And just trust that if you keep making good decisions and giving your best effort, it will turn around. You can't force it to turn around. You just invite it to turn around by making one shot at a time. There. Made a ball. Is he going to try to make the 6 and roll up for short side? I think that makes sense.
Yep, you're doing it right, Jeff.
Super hard to regroup. That's a good shot there. And it's nice that he left the 2 ball, because now he's happy that the 2 ball's there.
Yep.
Getting on the 5 later is going to be tough as well, but you know what? If he can make this, roll the 2, go to the end rail, he's got a good angle on the 7 then.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, sometimes he can do a lot right. It's just
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
It
yeah.
doesn't, you know.
I might even try rail first here. Yeah, just to get that little extra off the rail.
Yep. I don't even mind being froze at the end rail here, just
That's
to
right.
make sure you get that little angle.
Main thing is to keep making balls. Tempting to want to shoot the 5.
He's looking at it.
I know, but
think.
I just don't feel like it's right. This is,
I think you can get a better look at it.
yep. I don't feel like, but if you can make it, then it's right. That's it. As long
Good
as you can make
job.
it.
Good
It's one of those things that if you can make it, seriously, if you can make it, it's right.
Yeah, because it's a bad ball.
You just have to know, like, you have to know in your gut, is this a good feeling that this is about how I win the rack? Or is this like a spewy, frustrated, I'm sick of it being tough and I just want to shoot at this so that everything's easy? And if you feel like it's if you really feel good in your gut, that like, I could do that, then go ahead. Okay, got a little bit thin there. I know he wanted an angle.
He wanted an angle, just a little too much.
Yeah. He got down quick. Can he roll this in with some outside and just kind of,
It might be flatter than it looks.
yeah.
Little
He's
bit away from
he's
him.
shooting a little quicker than he was earlier.
Okay.
Yep, it's okay. It's just you could tell he's very frustrated, and it's just good things don't happen when you're angry. Trust me, I know all about it. Yep. That was one where after he made the 5, he felt that the rack was over and he should just be able to go tap, tap, tap. And you just have to know that there is no tap, tap, tap when you're when you're down 4-1 and things are going bad and you're frustrated. Nothing. You can't. You can't. There's no point at which he's like. At what point is it going to get easy where I can just tap them all in? And the answer is it won't.
It
And so the same thing you did the first half of that run, you have to do the second half of that run. You have to keep grinding. Yep.
So now Vince will be shooting these in here. Let's see what he does. The 11's hanging down. It doesn't go on the side, so I kind of don't mind getting on it right now.
Yeah.
Well, it goes in the side if you got that good of a look at it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't like it either.
Now, I'm telling you, it's a funny game. He could have scratched cross-side on that. And the fact that he left this,
Momentum could have
it's,
changed.
yeah. If he'd given Jeff ball in hand, that would have been one thing. But the way it's been going, this is a real tough shot. And, it's difficult, man. Yeah, I personally would have taken a lot of extra time on that shot, but that's me, not him. That's just me. Good cue ball.
Oh, wow. Cue ball's frozen down.
In the moment, it looked like really, really, really difficult to come with that cut. Given the circumstances, it just felt like that was the hardest shot I've ever seen. And it's also very important. Like what am I trying to say? 4-2 versus 5-1. See, in your heart, you feel like you're hopelessly out of the match and that you're down 1,000,000 to nothing. But if you can make that ball, it's 4-2, you're breaking. It can turn around, man. But okay, he's getting down quick again. He's just, yeah. But maybe he can make it.
Yeah, you guys are listening to Demetrius Gelatis. He's the coach of the Slate Billiard Club Patreon page. Definitely should join it if you want to learn anything about pool. Anything and everything.
And I will say, I appreciate Jesse says there's some great content. I just want to clarify, it's coaching, it's not content. The difference is that okay, let's see this. Yeah, he made it. Coaching is interactive and actually like looking at the people that trying to figure out what people need to work on and guiding them as opposed to just one-way transmissions, which you can get on YouTube for free. So just understand that the Slate online coaching group is $20 a month, and it is is not content, it is coaching. So, but thank you, Jesse. So how do you regroup,
And
Dave?
the coaching
Oh, yeah.
is great content.
Thank you.
Jesse.
So what do you do when you're feeling the way Jeff's feeling? Do you have any
You know what
tips?
I do? I don't change anything, but I tighten up as far as the two ways and the safeties, and I think I do it probably a little bit earlier than now. Maybe Jeff already did, but I do the opposite of Jeff. He's hurrying up and kind of shooting a little bit. I actually take more time on every shot and kind of will it in, grind it in, grind every shot like that's the last shot of the tournament now. It is. I mean, if this is your set and you're going home, it's the last shot of the tournament possibly, so you better put everything that you brought or got left or whatever into this shot, and that's every shot, not just the hard ones,
Yeah, I think that
I change a little bit.
I think that for me, I think that you have to get really small with what you're trying to do. Because there's this tendency to feel like you want to just run out. You just want to run all the balls. You want to make the 8. You want to get the score beats going. You want to get back in the match. You want to turn the momentum. You want to get where you're just running around and you're playing your best game again. And you can't do all that at once. You have to just do one thing, and then do one more thing. And rhythm and confidence and positive results come when they come. You can't. They don't come because you demand them. Super tough, man. That's why pool is such a difficult game, because there's times when it can be impossible to run the balls out.
Looks like he's going 4-ball all the way up.
And he missed it. The 8's open. Solids are available. So there is a run here. The 7's difficult. There's still problems. You definitely want to save the 5 as a key ball, because otherwise getting on the 8's definitely a challenge. But you could start with like the 2, work your way around, maybe clear out the 1-3. The 4 could, to get you on the 7. It goes in a lot of pockets once the 4 is gone.
I like that he slowed down. He's taking it. He's going to go one shot at a time.
Yeah, I would like to see him go back to what he was doing in the beginning.
Good start. 2 rails back to the middle, right?
Yeah, and the details matter a lot. Like when you're frustrated, it can just be like you kind of feel like, well, I've been trying really hard and it hasn't been working, so I'm just going to quit trying, and if it happens, it happens. And that doesn't work. You have to keep paying attention to the details and treating the little details seriously. Like here, he kind of rolled at the side pocket, and I think that if he was up 5-1, I think he would have been a little bit. I just think he would have been more careful. I know how he plays, but
Yep.
I'm being a little hard on him. I'm rooting for him to turn it around. Yeah. So Dennis, you're right. It comes down to one shot at a time. So here's the question then. And he's another coaching group guy. So thank you, Dennis. The question is, it's not about we don't know that it's one shot at a time, but what happens that makes it so hard to play one shot at a time, and how do you remove that blockage to go back to one shot at a time? So we all know one shot at a time, but why do we lose that, and how do you get it back? And I think it's something that something that gets in the way, and then we have to pull that. Okay, he's looking now. Look at him now. He's walking around, checking angles, picking spots.
Tell them we're taking their table.
All right. Okay, I would not want to take the 5-ball. I don't think he's going to. It seems to be that you want to go 3 and then maybe get on the 4-ball, and then the 7 goes in both left-hand side and bottom left corner as we look at the screen. Nobody wants to play shape on that shot, because you could get hard. It could become a hard shot and something that you might miss. But it could be that that's the best plan. Because if you, let's just say you made this, it got in the gap between the 7-10, you could make the 4 and roll right down the shot line for the 7 in the bottom left corner. Okay, well, he's acting like the 7 just goes to the corner. Whatever happens, Jeff, I like you regrouped, man. You're doing everything you can. He's going high ball. I guess he... Yeah. If you're worrying about how you're going to hit the 9 with the high ball, it could distract you from the most important thing, which is the shot. But he got the ball. He got it down. And something good happened, which is that the 5, he kind of got away with it just a little bit, right? Not bad. Like, I'm not going to say he got lucky, but when things are going against you, it's nice to get away with a little something. Like, okay, he's worried about getting straight on the 5. I would not worry about getting straight on the 5. I would worry about, like, overdoing something. Like, I wouldn't want to get hooked trying to get an angle. Or get so thin on the 5 you can't control it. Like, this is it's close to the pocket. You can cheat the pocket one way or the other. There's almost not a spot you could set it up to where I couldn't find a way to get on the 8. So I think I would make sure he's going low ball here. Okay, I just make sure I get a shot. Boy, oh boy. Okay, well, yeah. The brain plays tricks on you, man. I know. I just know. Ha 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 ha. And of course, follows in. That's how it's going. So what happens is the brain plays tricks on you. And so when you're under pressure and you're not feeling good, it can lead you down these roads where he started becoming worried about the angle he got on the 5 when the biggest priority was to get a shot. And there's been a few other times that's happened, like when he had that cut on the 8 where he was like middle of the table, kind of cutting the 8 on the spot, and he started seeing the scratch that wasn't quite there. And so that he did something. Anyway, it's hard, man. You start... And it's a little discouraging that the 8's on the rail there where it ended up. Hey, Zach Robbins, another victim of the online coaching group. I got my whole posse here. Dave, do you still play one pocket? Mike, what do you mean still? That you act as if he ever knew how to play one pocket.
No, I don't play one pocket, Mike. You have to show me the rules sometime. It's rotation, big table rotation. There's another game other than that?
Okay, so now Vince does not have an angle to where he can get on the good side of the 13. So this is where he could just break Jeff's heart and just roll, just shoot a stop shot. just okay. Well, not much to do besides a rail first here, right?
How much left spin you got?
Yeah.
And it looks like it might be off the rail a hair, so you might actually have to be a little distance on your left spin.
That's right. Yep. I've got a little trick for that, by the way. I don't know. I've struggled with that shot when going rail first with inside when the ball's not frozen. And after playing that shot for 25 years, I figured something out. What I do is, it's hard to figure out how much to the side you have to aim. And I found out that the distance that the 8 ball is off the rail, you tracking me? Sorry.
No.
So say the 8 ball is 1 finger width off the rail.
Okay.
What I do is I envision that the 8, as we look at it, is 1 finger width to the right of where it actually is. And I found that if you shoot rail first, basically I just imagine the 8 ball is being frozen one finger width to the right of where it actually is and shoot rail first. Anyway, he's going he's going to play safe beyond the 13, which is totally fine. Anyway,
So you use about the same gap.
I just mirror the gap on the other side. I'll show you on the table sometime.
interesting.
It's actually like, I'll put it this way. I always used to get behind him too much and just kick him and hang him up. I would just kick him to the jaws and
okay.
hang him up.
Yep.
And then like I kind of, something clicked in my head and I'm like, wait a minute. I just shoot it rail first like it's frozen. And I just imagine the ball's frozen and I just shift it by the amount of the gap. And it's surprising. Of course, a part of it depends on how much you swerve in and how much spin you're using.
How dirty the rail is.
And so
how
you
much
have to like,
yep.
it's kind of feely still, but like, I feel them in a lot more than I used to. Okay. Chris. All right, we got little Chris.
we got little Chris.
All right, we got the stars now. Look at this. All
We're in
right.
trouble.
Is he going for this bank or is he playing safe? Yeah, that was his. Oh, he's going to scratch too. Nope, he did not scratch.
Yeah.
And the 8 ball's kind of covering.
Vince has got to come with a couple.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, man. It's pool's a tough game. It's amazing anybody can play it. Oh, that just was like a dagger. That was a dagger in the heart. It's going to be very tough. Jeff going on the 9-foot table. If he's off kilter. So this is one. Okay, so here's the deal. They're playing one more set, right? They're going to play a big table set.
Yep.
Here's the part where you have to start thinking about the next set. You kind of figure at this point, odds are you're going to lose this set. But if you lose 7-1 and are still in this, kind of spiral, then it's going to be really tough. But suppose Jeff could smooth out and win a couple of games and actually complete some runs and get a little pop back and get a little, Stella gets her groove back. Then all of a sudden it's like even money back in the 9 ball. So even though this set feels like it's over, what's the difference? I'll tell you what the difference is. The momentum is worth everything right now.
Yep.
Because if they were starting, if this was a race to 6 and they were starting their big table 9 ball right now, it would be very, very tough to turn. He'd be on his back foot trying to turn it around out of the gate. So this is his chance, and I know because
Start that right now.
I've played a lot of matches of pool in my life, guys. And what I'll tell you is I know that there was a guy I used to spar with when I was young, and if he got in gear, he was deadly. In fact, I had him 4-0 going to 5, big table 9 ball, and he ran off a dry break. He ran 5 racks and out on me. So like the guy was capable of playing good when he was in stroke. The thing is, I had a way of like putting him in the cooker to where I would take him out of stroke and I would just punish him and run out and safety him and not give him any good looks at anything, and I would just keep him to where he just couldn't get going. And as long as I could keep him to where he couldn't get going, I could just pound him set after set.
Wow.
But I'll tell you this, when we're racing a 7 for 50, which is what we'd be playing for when I was a kid, I would have him down 6-1. And Dave, when I had him 6-1, I would treat that next game like it was for $50. Because if I could beat him 7-1, then the next set we flip the coin, I'd get him down 2-3 before he'd start getting a chance. But if I gave him a couple extra chances at 6-1 and he got to 6-2, 6-3 and kind of got going, then I'd still wibble across the finish line and win that set. But we'd flip the coin and he'd come out of the gate raring and just win like 2-3. Like all of a sudden, I got a tiger by the tail.
You got
man.
a tiger spinning.
I'm telling you, and I'm telling you guys, the reason I'm getting a little elevated in the chat, a little escalated here. I've played a lot of pool, and the momentum means more than you guys think it means. That's it. You just have to turn it around, man. And so you're not playing to win the set. You're trying to get off your back foot. It's so important. But you know what? The reason that I have that experience is because of the matches I've played. And so Jeff has not played the matches I've played. And so this is a match that he's playing. And I'm glad he's playing it. This is why I tell him to get in the ring. And so speaking now, a little bit ago I spoke to future Vince. Now I want to speak to future Jeff. Okay, good shot. So future Jeff, you're probably looking at this and saying, I never played this bad. I can't believe I played that bad. How do I play that bad? I didn't think I would ever play that bad in my life. Listen, that's just standard. Any pool player that's a pool player feels that way like once a week. And so what I would say is that the only way that you, first of all, it'll always happen no matter how good you get. It's always going to happen once a week. It's just the way it goes. That's the price of being a competitor. And the other thing is, the more often you do this, that's how you get the match experience you need. There's challenges that come up. There's challenges that come up in competition that just don't come up in practice or leagues. And so the only way to get that experience is to just go through it and then think about what went wrong and what you wish you'd have done differently and then try again. And that's it. So good job getting in the ring for both players.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. He
Yeah.
ran that whole rack. It's pretty strong, too.
Yeah.
So he's probably upset, but what I think he should take away from that is the last 7 balls, he played pretty strong. He moved them, he got the breakouts he needed, played a bank.
I think he even had a little inside to try to get on the good side of those balls on the bank. I think he put a tipper right on that thing to try to give himself a chance. I'd called he's going this way. Interesting. Oh, he's just tying something up. Yeah, it's hard to fault that actually. It was such a bad kick that it's hard to
Well,
fault
and
that.
shout out to Chris, Little Chris. He's Little Chris coaching Den down in Texas.
Yeah. Here, let's try something here real quick.
Uh-oh, Demi's on the keyboard again. Add the link.
Yeah.
Vince is starting with the 3 ball. So he got the 1 trouble ball out of there.
All right. There's Little Chris's YouTube. I don't know why that. Yeah.
Slate Billiard Club announced it.
Yeah.
So- but
Anyway,
that's Little Chris right there.
anybody that's not tuning in.
Yep, and for those who don't know, right after this race to 7, we are moving over to the big table. That's why I was making sure the camera was good. And we're gonna we'll get the party started over there. And of course, Chris, we love you. Thanks for being a host down in Texas for us, and my friend Demi.
Yeah. You know what's I wonder, it could be funny where when, let's see what happens. See if you can make a bank again. Oh, a foul.
Wow.
What would be interesting, he might actually, when he goes to the big table, he might feel like so snake bit and so intimidated by the big table, he might just go into give up stroke and just kind of start swinging a little bit. And it could work out. It could work out. Yeah, Zach, you got that right. Pool, man. I don't know a pool game that's not punishing. What in the? That's the worst shot I've ever seen in my entire life.
Where are you going, Vince?
I'm just kidding.
What are you doing, Vince?
Now, this is what I'm saying, though. This is what I'm saying
The
about.
last game's hard to get.
Well, but what I was saying about how you know you're going to win. Like so he just overhit that. I'm looking at the replay. He was trying to hold for the 4. He just really let his stroke out. The point I was making earlier. Look at this. He almost scratched again. That's so
Watts has
tilting.
a look,
If that's so tilting though, because you're just like, why can't I just have ball in hand? But here's what I'm saying. If he gives Jeff a couple extra chances to get going, he may not cost him the set, but it could cost him the momentum. Watch him make this and scratch cross side. I'm sorry, man. No, he was afraid of the scratch, so he missed the cut. He tried to put inside on it to beat the scratch. Have one or both players trained with me? Yeah, so Jeff started playing pool 4 years ago, and yes, I've trained with him. And then Vince actually did a 3-day with me a few years ago, and then this summer we did a second 3-day boot camp that was a group like refresher. His speed control got a lot better up until that ball in hand shot where he welded himself on the rail.
Hank the Tank has just arrived at Slate Billiard Club.
All right. We got yeah, Chris is saying that he would have been better served with a half tip of gearing outside to beat the scratch. for sure. Okay.
I will go get the 9-foot table ready. We're gonna take a short break here. Talk to the players. I'll get these balls cleaned up.
All right, give us 5 minutes, guys.
We'll be right back.
Back in 5.
Back in 5.
Why don't you, here, I'll put that in the chat so that people, if they don't.
Go ahead, you good?
All right, guys, you guys are in luck. Anybody that's tuned in, we got some people watching. Thank you for all those that are tuning in. Demetrius Gelatis here, and next to me is Hank the Tank. How's it going?
I'm doing well. Yes, thank you for having me.
He is a Slate Billiard Club sponsored player, and tell you what, man, for those that don't know, you're gonna find out soon enough. Just
Yes.
remember the name.
It's good to be back.
Cool. I don't know who. Oh, is it Rainy Lake Charters? Hang on. Is that No, that's not Marcus Lynch. Who's Rainy Lake Charters? So Hank the Tank is 17 years old, and he's shooting the balls in the hole
Thank
crisply.
You, yes.
Crisply. You were down in the WNT event in Florida a month and a half ago, and
I was.
your
yes.
first match was against like a 760 Fargo from Spain. Is that right?
Yeah.
And and you sent them
Ended up,
back over the pond.
I ended up winning that one. It was a good win. Probably my best win so far yet. 760. He plays with
So he's-
FSR. All
Yeah,
those guys.
yeah. So Hank's out there collecting scalps, and
Thank you, yes.
in between working a job and going to school.
Yep.
Yeah, it's impressive, man.
That's great.
So yeah, Zach, he wants to see us play an exhibition match sometime for sure. Yeah,
Absolutely,
it'll
yeah.
happen. I like to. We'd like to spar, and every set is could go both ways. He's I still play okay, so I can still get there sometimes, but definitely every set the outcome's always in doubt, and you never know which way it's going to go until the last ball's pocketed.
Yeah.
Because we've both made some comebacks, haven't we?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, it's fun, man. It's good. We're both smiling thinking about it. Do you know any of these guys? This is
Yes.
Jesse Martin from St. Louis.
Okay.
Jaybird is Jesse Martin from St. Louis. Zach Robbins is a guy I actually met him. I roomed with him out in Turning Stone out in Syracuse one year, and then we
Nice.
got to know each other.
Obviously, Mike Pankoff.
Oh yeah.
I just he was playing at CR's last weekend. Yes, we sparred a couple times. We played each other 4 times, I think.
Oh
Yes.
really?
Yeah.
So Zach's asking you about how was it? Was it difficult to adjust into the 4-inch holes at the WNT event?
It was. Obviously, the tables are slick, so balls tend to go in. New cloth, but obviously it's a different circumstance out there for sure. Great cloth and that.
Yeah, Zach.
big on that.
This is a new age 17-year-old. He just hits the middle of the pocket like you could the 4-inch pockets. He didn't even notice. He beat the 760 and he went and collected his win. Like, how'd you do on those 4-inch pockets? He's like, what? Those are 4-inch? He doesn't even know. He just runs out. I watched when that set you played. Oh man, in Iowa when you played Josh Roberts that set.
Oh yes.
I know it didn't go your way, but I think it was it like 6-6 at one point?
It was. Yeah.
I thought I remember going
I think
to 9.
I had like a 6-4 lead on him too.
Ooh,
yes.
yeah. I just know that it was a close set, but I mean, some of the shots you came with, again, these were like there's pool's a game that will expose your soul. Like there are,
Yeah.
it's not something where you can work on your fundamentals and mental game and patterns and cue ball, and then just go out and not, and just your game will not carry you through. It will expose what's in your heart, and if you're not in a good spot, it will show. And no matter how good you think you strike, and you were out there, and the way you were able to pocket and strike those balls in, it really showed that not only are you a heck of a player, but like you get into a good spot in your gut too. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
You know how to get yourself in the right mindset to just swing your cue and send balls at the pocket.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Played Roberto Gomez there too. That was
Did that one go 6-6 too?
It did, yes, and then he got me 9-6, 9-6.
Not that I follow every match that Hank plays, but maybe
Yeah.
a little.
You had a good run in that tournament, fifth place. Yeah.
I got my little moment in the sun.
Yeah. Then you ran into Shane. No.
God, man. Sheesh. That guy. I thought about that too because, I tied for 5th, and I met Shane in the Final 4 on the winner's side. And had I been on the other side of the bracket, I mean, sometimes it's almost like, where do you run into Shane in the bracket? You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
that guy, when he's on a tear, like he won that tournament, and then he went down to Florida and he took 2nd to Yap, and then he went into like another tournament. He won some other tournament. I forget the next one he played. And it's like,
Yeah.
it's just, it's just sometimes you draw Shane.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? There was actually a funny line when he was, I don't know if you saw the matches on YouTube, but he was playing next to me at the Texas Open. I was playing Tony Johan, and Shane was playing Federer.
Yeah.
And Shane ended up beating Federer, I think 9-0. And at one point, I want to say it was 6-0. And I don't know that Federer swung his cue yet.
Oh my
and
gosh.
and Tony came over, but at one point at like 3-0 or something, Shane pushed, and it was such an unpleasant shot with such a wild cue ball and no prospects that it was so bad that Federer passed. And then Shane came with it, made the shot, got a shot, and ran out a bunch more racks.
Wow.
And so the funny part was when Tony walked up to me we were playing our set, and Tony comes up to me and says, "Has Federer actually had a shot at the table yet?" He's looking at the scores like 5-0 or 6-0. And I said to Tony, "Well, Tony," I said, "I think Shane pushed." And Federer looked at the shot and said, "Pass." If that constitutes a shot at the table, I said that's up to the philosophers to decide, because I don't really know.
Yeah.
Are we good to go when he gets back?
Yeah.
You're rolling?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Listen, I don't think I know either of these two players. They frequent Slate
Yeah, Slate members.
members. Yeah.
Yes. Yep. I've known them both. So what's interesting is that Jeff started playing 4 years ago, and so he's learned a lot. Like, to go from not playing at all. I mean, it just pool's a game that takes time. Vince has played his whole life, and so while they're even in Fargo rate, it's funny because Vince just has 30 years of swinging his arm,
Sure.
and 30 years of shooting balls in the pocket, and 30 years of playing matches. And so the first set, it was 7-1 Vince playing the bar table 8-ball.
Yeah.
And, Jeff started off playing okay, and just a couple things that were like, could have gone either way in a couple racks and just couldn't quite get through a rack or two. And next thing you know, he got into some negative momentum. And then he just kind of spiraled and just, we've all been there where nothing works, right? Where
Yeah.
like, nothing's going to work. Like, you could try to make good decisions, you could make some balls, but like actually completing the rack is like impossible.
Right.
You've been there?
Oh, absolutely.
So Jeff, we've both been there, and yeah. So what do you do? That was my question. Like, what do you do when you just feel like whatever's on the table is more than you can handle? There's nothing easy enough that your opponent can leave you that you can't find a way to mess up. What do you do when you're feeling that way?
I don't know. I mean, I try and stay as calm as possible. Keep your cool. Obviously, you don't want to show any emotion, but I don't know, man. It's like pool's a tough game, that's for sure, and I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm sorry.
Well, no, I think that that's actually a wise answer, because what he didn't say is, "Oh, there's a way to turn it around." Okay, here we go. Jeff is breaking the balls. The point is that there's not a way to turn it around, and so part of it is just accepting that it doesn't always go the way you want, and just one thing at a time. And
Yeah. All right, playing Magic Rack.
well, what a break! What a break, by the way.
Yes.
I want to see. We get to see the replay. I took my eye off the one ball for a minute. Did the one track 3 rails to the side rail? Because if so, that's a heck of a. Oh wow, he hit a firm break because he made the wing ball and he got the one to track 3 rails around.
Yeah. No, you can see this ball, yeah?
I'm not sure. Now I'll tell you this though: for people that haven't played at Slate, you've played on these tables.
I have, yes.
How, in terms of difficulty, like what do you have to say about the difficulty of these tables?
This table, I mean, it's obviously worn in, so I mean, it's playing real tight. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, so these are 4.25-inch pockets, but with broken in cloth.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I will also say that there are certain times where the balls are a little twisty, meaning anytime you need side spin, the cue ball is going to curve on its way to the object ball. It's not going to slide the whole way there. It throws the ball just a little bit. You're really, like, I find these tables exceptionally difficult, and I would say that they're every bit as tough as playing on 4-inch holes with new cloth.
absolutely, yeah.
For sure. So, I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at Vince, but he's laughing too, so I don't feel bad.
Yeah.
So, like, the point is, guys, you're going to see a lot of missed balls, because I miss balls when I play on these tables. Like, this getting from the 4 to the 5 to the 6, I'm telling you, if I had ball in hand of the 4 and I just had to run the 4, 5, 6, I am not 100% to run those 3
Right.
balls on these tables. I'm like, how many times out of, like, if you had to try 10 runouts with just the 4, 5, 6, just because it's hard. You're crossing your line from the 4 to the 5, so you can't always get
Absolutely,
ball in hand angle. You're going to have to float out, make the 4 down the rail, draw it out for shape, and then come cross table. Like,
Yeah. 7-8 times.
Yeah, that's right. You're like 75% there, right?
Yeah.
Whereas on a bar table, you're like 100%.
Yeah, right.
So I just want people to know what to expect there, okay?
Middle of the table, perfect. Yeah. Got a good angle. Come 2 rails out.
Like, I mean, it's to say that a player's 50-50 on the shot, it's not like anybody that's not elite. It's just this is a very, very, very difficult shot on these tables.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Oh man. Well, that was a good shot. The fact that it went, you never ever, the good part is if you ever wobble in a ball, you don't have to feel like you hit it bad because the
Right.
fact that it went, you had to hit it pretty good for that thing to even have a chance to go. Now he had left spin on that.
Yeah.
It was almost like he was trying to force the cue ball 3 rails around through the gap with inside English.
Right.
Yeah. I think he would have been better served try to just float it back with straight as a soft low ball. But anyway,
Yeah, and it was okay to get thin on the 6. You know.
right, he needs an angle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but he didn't really leave anything that Vince is going to like here. And he's on 2. And now is the time where I would just play the 3 foul.
Yeah.
Okay. This, I'm telling you, until you get shape, until you get good position on the 9, even if you get good on the 8, having to make that 8 and follow a couple rails up or stun cross table, like until you get on the 9, this rack is not over.
Yeah.
Tough equipment, man. Tough equipment changes how you feel about running the balls out. Yeah, Chris mentioned the years playing gives them an edge. Yeah, that's exactly right. I think that they're close in ability. I just think that Vince has more match experience. So I'll tell Jeff a story to make Jeff feel better about the first set in a minute. I'll wait till they're racking. Well, he got a good angle.
Absolutely. 7 passes the 9 looks like. Yeah.
Yep. You can go 1 or 2 rails here. I kind of like going 2 just because I'm always off the side rail and I always have some angle on the 7.
Sure.
But 1 rail's totally
Yeah.
fine. And then you can shoot the 7-9 combo. And oh, wait, no. Now this is one where I don't want to be on the left side of the shot line where I'm like having to follow to the end rail. I'd rather be either straight or going into the left-hand side rail and stunning cross table. So
Okay.
for me, I'd use high left here and come 1-2 rails, and I don't worry too much about my angle here. Like normally I'm a nit about like wanting to control my angles, and maybe I could get to where his bridge hand is and, kind of play a good angle here. Like this is exactly what I like.
Yeah.
And I might have gone 2 rails to play the line, but whatever. The point is, this is where I'd like to be. But I wouldn't sometimes I'm really careful about my angle. This is one time where I really just want to get on the 8. Yeah, I knew that was going to be a tough shot because of the
Yeah.
momentum. If you saw the momentum in the first set, what Jeff just did there was a lot of hard work and a lot of things right, but it
Yeah.
wasn't quite enough. And that was kind of the story of his first set. He did a lot of good things, but just couldn't. When he saw the finish
Sure.
line, it was just the frustration was getting to him. And
So
that's
they-
yeah.
They just got done playing bar table 8 ball.
Yes,
Yeah.
and Vince ended up winning that one 7-1. Now Vince made a good shot there. The speed was off,
Yeah.
but it's still making Jeff earn it. It's hard when you haven't put down a game winner for a while.
Yeah.
And he's left-handed, but I think he can reach this. Oh, I've got to do the score. You're right.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yep.
Let's see here. Where I go to this, and then I go to this, and I click that. And we should have score.
With the percentage, do the percentages change?
I don't
As it
know
goes?
about that. No,
Okay.
I think that that's static. I think that that's just reflecting the percentages at the beginning.
Sure.
Same thing with the TPA. I'm not tracking TPA. I don't know.
Okay.
Dave just typed in that Hank is one of the few up-and-comers that can give Dave all he wants on the big table. Yeah.
Maybe not in one pocket. Speaking of one pocket, I think might be going to the Derby this year. So
Right. All right.
yeah, they opened it up to
That's right,
all age limits.
That's awesome. I didn't know you. Is that during a school break, or are you just going to take a few days off?
I think I'm just gonna take some days off. I'm
My
not
man, he's
100%
got his
sure,
priorities. He's got his priorities right.
but Yeah.
You
yeah.
can you do the online school on those days? Like do some homework from the hotel room.
Maybe yes. Yeah. That should be fun. Yeah.
Dave, yeah, we kicked you out of the live stream box. You're right. We're gonna kick you out of the chat next if you don't. I'm just kidding. All right. No, he's coming right back. I get excited to see Hank. I haven't seen you for a bit. Life's busy,
Nice break.
for
Good
sure.
shot on the one.
Sometimes I like to kind of figure out what my out ball is. Like at what point is the rack kind of solved? And I think once you're on the 4 ball where you can get on the 5, then
Right.
it's kind of open. But like, man, getting on the 2, getting on the 3, and getting on the 4 with an angle to get on the 5, there's a lot of work to be done. So, but it just, for me, when I kind of figure out that it could be discouraging for me. Okay, this is just me. When I look at the whole table and I feel like I got to run the whole table, it's a little overwhelming and discouraging at times. So I just figure out like all I got to do is get to the 4.
Right.
I just got to make it feel a little bit easier.
No, it looks like
I think that's the 2. I think he's, I don't think he's got a shot unless I'm seeing the colors wrong.
cut in the corner, opposite corner.
Yeah, I like banking this ball 2 rails to the opposite end rail and playing my cue ball 1 rail to the end rail. But he was trying to play it up table, but it caught the 9, of course. Mike's wondering what happened to the team of Mike and Dave. He says that they've been replaced, but
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, man. This is a one-off event. I just wanted to see a match between Jeff and I just wanted to see Jeff get more ring experience, and so he's
Sure. Yeah.
he's definitely getting that.
Was he a student of yours?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
He almost efforted off the
Yeah,
cue ball.
right.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm curious to see what Vince does here. He doesn't have a good shot. He could either go for like a wild back cut bank, or he could try to play some kind of safe, which seems right.
It's a real touchy safe, I think.
Yeah, you know it's going to come off the back of the 4, and then you
Yeah.
just don't really know where it's going to go. But
Okay.
boy, I tell you what, man, he did what he could to control
Yeah.
the cue ball. Did he leave a gap on that? Wow.
Maybe a cross bank, I don't know.
What kind of a gap was that? Okay, now Jeff got the cue ball really good here. But Vince has kind of been shooting pretty straight, but then again,
Yeah.
he wasn't shooting from 9 feet away at a tight pocketed table either.
Right.
Let's see. There's nothing natural about this cue ball. But he made it. Clipped the 4. Boy, oh boy, is this.
It's got a shot. Nice.
Yeah. This is one thing that Vince does well, is he doesn't really worry about the next shot. Like, I'd be worried about the 5, and it would make the 4 harder. And
Yeah.
Vince has this uncanny ability to just really like one shot at a time and just trust that he can just deal with whatever comes. That was a pretty good couple of shots right there. We'll see if he can. Boy, oh boy, what a
Nice.
man! I'm telling you. see if he can avoid that top right corner and make the 8. Ooh, and he also
Yeah, come
thin
over.
cuts the ball. Vince thin cuts the ball. He's left-handed too, so that helps.
Yeah.
He hits the edge of the ball pretty well.
Nice shot. Nice out.
Yeah, it was, man. Jeff, you did well to leave it where you left it, but that was a heck of a run.
Has Vince gone through your program? as well?
Yeah. So both students, I should
Yeah.
for anybody that's I should link my. I don't really self promote enough.
Okay.
It's not really. And I'll update the score too. And it's just here. Let me update the score. Vince got another game. And if you want to make runouts like that, you can check out Emmett Pool Boot Camp. It also has a link to our online coaching group, which is part of the. It's $20 a month to do interactive group coaching with yours truly here, Demetrius Gelatis, and then a little bit of that goes to sponsoring players such as Hank the Tank. So, all right, here we go. Kickoff, game 3. They both broke good so far. He broke good, man. Those little things, it may not matter because it's going to be a long rock to run the whole table, but like those things hurt Jeff. Like when you're down 2-0 and you see the guy get point and not scratch, and then the one ball almost knocks him in. Even though he's not going to run the table because the 3's covered, it's still like it just feels like the universe is just poking you with a stick. There was a couple shots in the 8-ball set where Vince he came off a point and almost scratched and gave Jeff the game, and like instead came off the point and left him tough.
Really?
It happened multiple times. Just like, how does the game know when you're feeling bad?
Yeah.
It's just when you're down, man. This game just. Zach says, "Do you like 9 or 10 ball better?" I like the 10 ball break. Well, I think that the matchroom break is the best right now. I think
Yeah.
that the whole purpose of 10 ball was to prevent dead balls and the pros being able to control the 1. And they went to 10 ball thinking that they were going to make it tougher. And then a guy came along with the last name that sounds like Van Boning, and
Yeah.
he demonstrated that the 10 ball break can be controlled really, really well. And then everybody learned how to do that. And so at the highest level, it still has the same problems that 9 ball break had with the 1 on the spot. So
Right.
Matchroom has been finally found a way to, okay, what a shot. Jeff dug it out of there. He might even have a cross bank, but
Yeah.
he's just got to let his swing out. At this point, you just got to let your swing out, right?
Right.
You've lost like 10 games in a row. You just got to swing.
Yeah.
Nothing to be afraid of. It can't get worse, right?
Yeah.
Just swing away.
Yeah, I've really been practicing that 9-ball break from the box, Ooh.
Yeah, I'd like to work on it with you sometime too.
Yeah.
I'm very intermittent when I'm feeling good and when it's going good. There's times when I feel like I've got it and then it can go away real quick on me.
Yeah.
And I think that I've only got 1 break, and I think that there's ways to adjust that I don't fully understand or feel good about yet.
Yeah.
So I'd love to work on that sometime with you. But okay, back to Vince. Now look at this. This cue ball is unscratchable
Yeah.
for Vince. I'm telling you. It's the momentum. It's like if the momentum, took ethereal form and reached its phantom hand into the side pocket and said, "No, the cue ball cannot fall." I'm not saying it would have been funny if Jeff scratched, but it
No.
kind of would.
Yeah, right.
Just because of the way things are going, it's
Yeah.
like kicking a dog, Okay, now he's left-handed, so that's a little bit of a stretch for him. But it's a good shot. I mean, he couldn't have asked for much better. If he can these balls are open, but not hanging. Okay, he caught the 9. Man, I'll tell you, it's a good shot. He made the 4. He came across. I mean, it could have gotten tougher than that. It didn't have to
Yeah.
hit it full. He could have slipped off it and ended up with some weird back cut or something. But He got there, and now, oh no. Well, so far he's, this is a pretty important hit, and I know that sounds like silly, like of course you're going to hit it. Have you ever seen someone miss this kick?
Oh yeah.
I have to. And this is one where you don't want to, he did his jump cue. I don't. So here, okay, so I have an opinion about this.
Yeah.
When you've got your guy down, the one thing he wants more than anything in the world is ball in hand to shoot
yeah.
the 6 in the corner, shoot the 8 in the side, roll forward and shoot an easy 9.
Yep.
And that if you can kick and hit the 6, even if you leave him something that's reasonable, well, he made him earn it. The main thing is to make him earn it. But, uh-oh. Oh my
Screen.
God.
Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just,
Yeah.
wow. It's pretty hard to be in Jeff's shoes right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I could feel that, and I'm not even playing it. I can feel it. You just roll this to the end rail and try to go behind the 8. Oh, he went for the side. Wow.
Perfect.
I'll tell you what. I'm not saying that he's going to run these balls because right now every shot's kind of an adventure.
Yeah.
This shot is not so easy.
Got it. Nice.
Is he going to get his extension? Yeah. I'll tell you what. If he makes this 9, that is the greatest, given the circumstances, that would be the greatest 3-ball run that I've
Yeah.
ever seen in my entire pool career.
Yes.
Yeah, Dennis.
He's smiling about it. He's having
Yeah,
a
let's see the
time.
shot here. Big shot.
nice.
What a shot. So what happens is at some point you just go beyond pain where you just become emotionally numb and can't care anymore, and you're just like, ha ha ha, I'm just
Yeah.
going to be shooting from the jaws. I'm never going to get ball in hand. The guy can't scratch. And then at some point it becomes comical and you just start swinging your cue and you stop caring so much.
Right.
And what a run. Good job, Jeff. Whatever happens, we will clip that 3-ball run and it'll go viral. It'll be like,
Absolutely, yeah.
oh, I got to update the score. Thank you.
The percentages are changing now.
Yes, yes. That was good for.
2-1.
Oh, whoops. I'm sorry. I
That's
clicked the
all right.
wrong button. I haven't clicked on this side for a while. Force a habit. Dennis says that the. I'm sorry. The truth hurts, man. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Truth hurts. Take the medicine. You don't like it, run some racks,
Yeah.
Okay. Look at that break, though.
Nice break.
Solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dennis says that luck kind of turns, but what I found, Dennis, is a lot of times it turns once your mindset changes and you kind of come with some shots, and then that's usually what turns it around.
Yeah.
You usually your attitude has to turn before the luck. That's what
Right.
I found. Usually, yeah. Anything can happen in one shot, but like the
Yeah, and
momentum.
sometimes just not caring so much, forgetting about that you're on the stream, you got people watching you.
It's a tough opener. Let's see what he does with it. On this, you know how these are.
Yeah.
Yeah, these tables are brutal,
Man.
guys. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I've that very shot. There's a lot of equipment where that's like that shot would be routine. Like if you're playing bar table, like that's like
Yeah.
routine. On this table, it's like you have to come with it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah.
And if you notice, he just overcut it a little. These balls are very shiny and
Yeah.
they don't throw at all. So if you're used to like playing in gritty conditions, it's kind of like going to a Predator 10-ball event where everything's just super polished. Okay. These balls. Let's see if he can slow roll this in. Does he have the touch needed to hold for this 4?
Yeah,
Would you
I mean,
slow
it's-
roll this in? I think I'd slow roll this
Yeah, I think
in. Yeah.
I mean, he was risking it there, but
Yeah. I think he's going to swing at the bank because it's kind of two-way.
right, yeah.
Hey, Rainy Lake Charters. I'm sorry. Can you confirm? You're not. I don't think you're Marcus Lynch. Who are you? Who's Rainy Lake Charters? Because I thought Lucky Lynch's was Marcus Lynch. So I'm not sure who. Okay. So he missed the bank. I don't know that he has a shot. He might have to duck some which way. Bank the 4 to the left side rail, or bank it up table.
That's a good shot there.
Yeah.
Distance.
Yeah.
8 too.
Yeah.
Very good.
Watch him make the 4-9. Bam!
Yeah.
Aside. I've caught it here.
Blue ball sits in the shots. No.
Oh, it slides over and slides over and hangs up. It's fun to watch matches with you. I think of something really painful for Jeff, and you actually added to it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh wow. 6 ball. Where's the 6 going?
ooh, it's in the hole, but he's hooked. Well, I'll tell you
Go
what, man.
first.
Yeah. Oh, he's got a curve. He likes the curve shot, but he might be curving to the rail first. Oh, man. Okay, so how does Jeff get on the 5 ball? So here's, what do you like? I have an
Yeah, I
opinion, but
mean-
what do you like?
I like putting it on that close to the end rail and playing one rail. I know the 8's in the way, so
So because the 8's in the way, my concerns are, of course, I don't want to hit it, and I don't want to get dead straight in the 5, and I don't want to freeze in the bottom rail. I would put the cue ball in between the 9 and the 4, and then I would shoot the 4. See where his cue is right now. Look at where his cue right there. That's the
Yeah.
line I'd play. I would play high outside 2-railer, and I would play end rail, side
Yeah.
rail, above the side pocket. It just accept the angle on the 5. You want an angle anyway, right? So that takes everything out of play. You
Yeah.
can't ever scratch. You can't get behind the 8. Playing it this way, it's okay, but you don't know what angle you're going to get.
that's a good shot. Yeah.
But he's
you're right.
But
Yeah.
see, he's straight now,
Straight.
and I'm not saying he
Yeah.
didn't hit a good shot, but that's why
Yeah.
I would have just played it around the other way and just guaranteed that angle.
Yeah.
And then it just takes away anything weird. And that's the
That's
kind
a
of
good
thing.
call, yeah.
That's the kind of thing. If you go to the Slate homepage, okay, let's watch this draw shot. So what do you do here? I mean, you'd have the stroke to rip it to the
Yeah.
side rail and back across, but
Low right English.
he's I see what he was trying to do. What I liked about it was that if you can't do it, duck.
Yeah.
You don't get bonus points for trying something you can't do, and at least he makes Vince earn it. Unfortunately, he left a reasonable angle.
And you gotta know that you're gonna get straight in going that line. You know what I mean? The way things are going in the match.
Well, but look at this. This is okay, that's frustrating, man. The fact is, if he hadn't hit that 8 full, he wouldn't have had any type of shot.
Yeah.
But it's still a tough shot. So the problem with the 5 ball is that Vince needed to dig it lower so that he could get the angle he needed. But anyway, let's watch the 7 ball.
Back
Still
and forth.
very tough. Oh, but look at the leave. Okay. I'm going to link for those people that didn't see it earlier. Check out our Patreon at Slate Billiard Club. We have online group coaching. And, okay, I got to focus on the game. What do you do here? What are your options? Bank the 7 by the 8?
Yeah, I mean, I think you bank it. I'll just play side rail, I think.
Really? Because, okay, I feel like the other guy's got an advantage when you do it that way. But if you can put it up by the 8, like this,
That's a good shot.
then the guy doesn't, unless you can billiard, I mean, he may have overhit the speed just a little. But if you split up side rail to side rail, you either leave a bank or the guy can maybe move, put it on the end rail and maybe even have some angles where you can get beyond the 9.
Yeah.
So I feel like he's got the best of it. Whereas if you could wedge it, like if that ball, like if you could kind of leg it up and wedge it, you can take away,
Carry him nicely in the side.
yeah.
Good shot.
Yeah, that's a little bit, it's a little hard luck, but Jeff overhit it just a little bit too, so it's
Yeah.
like a little of each. Okay, he tried to use inside and he made the shot, but he wasn't able to hold. So now I'd be looking at ducking here. I would not shoot a shot to win the game here. I would duck myself, but he,
That's-
oh my goodness.
Nice shot.
Oh my goodness. And I wasn't saying he shouldn't shoot. I'm just saying I wouldn't have shot.
Yeah.
But look at this bank. We're watching the replay. That ball, he was back cutting
great.
this ball from around, it was over a diamond and a half up the side rail. he was all in on that shot, and it just
Yeah, he
smashed
didn't
it
just
in.
He didn't play that two-way, coming to that.
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
angle.
He didn't learn that from me. I'll tell you that.
Yes.
Vince has figured a few things out on his own.
Fired it in. So are you you're planning on going to Derby?
Yes.
Awesome. Dave
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Awesome.
Yes, sir. So we'll get together. I'm sure. Mike, if you're still in the chat, you're gonna
Oh,
be
yeah.
there too, right? We're gonna have to.
We were talking about that. Yeah, maybe play some one pocket. Me and Mike get ready. Yeah.
Okay, so some interesting questions. So, Zach, I watched my opponent play, yeah, and then I basically have a little voodoo doll of them, and I'm stabbing it with knives and pins, trying to like will them to no, I'm just kidding. But no, I just keep watching what they're doing, thinking about what they're doing, try to figure out what kind of state of mind they're in, what decisions they're making. I just try to keep in the moment and watch what's going on. And then Dennis, cue ball control, sometimes Dennis. No, I think I would always just shoot that ball straight in and then trust that I can find another way to get shape on the 9. So either if I can't do what he did and hold it, he could have maybe followed to the rail and then into the 9, or he could have gone 3 rails around the 9 or played short side for the 9 up a table. But basically, here's the way I look at it. It's the bank shot. If you take on the bank on the 8, you're always going to have a tester. Whereas if you play shape of the 9, you may get perfect. And if you get out of line, you could always take your tester on the 9. So you're giving yourself a free chance not to have a tester. The exception to that would be if you're playing like bar table 8 ball, and sometimes you want to bank a ball to if you could just shoot a stop shot as opposed to like so that you can hit some keyhole that you can never get again by trying to move your cue ball around. So like there are times when I'll do that, but yeah, not quite there. And Jeff, unbelievably, misses the shot and caroms off a ball and scratches. But the good news, look at this rack. The 5 to the 6 to the 7 is all to play in this rack. And actually, the 4 to the 5 is not easy to get an angle where you can get back for the 5.
Right. And you got to get real good on the 7.
Yeah, and you got to.
Can't have an angle.
And
on
the 2,
7,
3, 4 are all on these pockets, are all very missable shots.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of work to do here. Okay, so Mike's going to be at Derby. That's good.
Yes.
Are you playing all the events, Mike, or are you just going to play the. Oh my gosh. See, that's what I'm saying, guys. He missed the ball in
Yeah.
hand. Yeah, Zach says the voodoo doll comment's funny. Wait till we play, sir. If you ever saw Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, when he woke up with all those candles, yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You probably haven't seen that. Well, I'm dating myself. I'm doing commentary with a 17-year-old.
Yeah, I think back to what Zach says or asked. I think I like to try and keep an eye on the cue ball the whole time.
Yes.
Just watch the cue ball. It's real nice if they have the measles, pick a spot, yeah. Stay focused in the match.
This is brutal. I mean, he did a good job, by the way, to get a shot at the 3 from where he was. But it might have been nice if he could have thinned the 2 in the corner and come out to the middle of the table so he was on the other side of the 3, because as it is, this is a monumental problem. I know what
You almost draw back.
That's so.
Yeah.
I would probably draw it to the side rail with some left and be on the other side for a
Right.
thinner cut on the 4. But that takes a pretty big stroke. And yeah,
That's what he tried. I mean, that
was he, or was he trying to pinch it? I don't know.
yeah.
I don't think you can pinch it from there. It's just too far. You could roll it and take some distance, but not.
That
there's
was
no
a very
bargain.
good shot. I'm just,
Yeah, it's a good swing.
Yeah.
What I like is he's swinging. Look at it. You got to just swing your arm, because
Yeah.
the truth is, he's an underdog to run out, but so is Vince from the 4 ball on this table with the way the balls are laying. So you just got to keep letting your swing out.
Yeah.
This one's interesting. I mean, I don't know, man. This one's funny. There's a few options here, but
Carry him the 8 in. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry.
wow, look at that. Well, I wonder if he was, I think he was he banking? Let's watch the replay. Was he banking at this ball? I think he was probably trying to swing at this, but it's because, I mean, the 4 hit the 7, so if,
Yeah.
yeah, I think he might have been banking at the ball. But anyways, this is 9 ball. Welcome to 9 ball. See if you can make a good hit, Jeff.
2 rails.
Yeah,
needs to go.
yeah, he was really trying to hit it going in, of course.
Yeah.
Yep. But then when you hit it going, when you play it at that speed, you're taking away the chance of getting the 2 rail hit. But again, look at this rack. He's got to get from the 5 to the 6 to the 7. So, let's see how he does it. I always look at if I could shoot the 4 in the bottom right corner and stop, if that would give me the angle I need on the. Oh, I see what he did.
Nice shot. Yeah.
Boy, he used the 8 as a blocker so that he could confidently get the angle without going too far, and simultaneously kicking the 8 so the 8 goes to the side. Let's see if he can control the angle here. Okay, so I would have probably tried to find a way to hold for the 6 in the bottom left with an angle,
Sure.
because he was able to get on the 6, but this is, I don't see a way to get to the 7. You're gonna have to.
Straight, yes.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Well, you got there.
He got a shot, and Vince hits the edge of the ball like a 17-year-old, 700, up and coming top elite player. Yeah, this ball's going in. No, but look at what's going on to Jeff,
Yeah.
man. This game is torture.
Even Jeff Banks. Yeah.
I mean, that's
I mean, yeah, you can't really.
it's
bank.
discouraging.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no bank. There's a double kiss. So what are your options? You could thin off the right side of the 7 and come 3 rails down behind the 9-8. And what I love about that, you're not going to contain the 7. So forget about trying to hold the 7 on the end rail. Just play all cue ball down by where he's standing. If you get the hook behind the 9-8, great. But if not, you leave the 7 on the left-hand side rail and the cue ball on the bottom rail where he's got to make it and get back for shape. Like, no chance. Now, this is a similar idea.
Yeah,
The,
that was
the,
alright.
the idea is you leave the 7 up there and the cue ball down here, and then he's got a lot of work to do. So,
Yeah. Pretty straight here is real tough to get back on the 8.
it's questionable. Like, here you might even, like, clip this to the end rail some which way and place it. Like, he'll swing at this. I know Vince, he's a shooter. But, it's just pretty tough. Well, Jeff did oh my God.
Dead.
Wow.
You didn't see that shot, baby?
I've been where Jeff's sitting.
Sometimes it just rolls.
Yeah.
Let's see. What are you
I know he's cutting at this ball too. So let's see what he leaves. Well, you know the cue ball can't scratch. I'm just saying. If anybody just joined the chat and was thinking that there was any chance that the cue ball could find its way into a pocket, I'm here to assure you that
Yeah.
that ain't in play. Now,
Combo bank the 9.
boy, I would just
8 goes
I
in.
would just chip the 8 to the end rail and go up table. It's hard to do, but that's got to be right.
Yeah.
You just don't want to give Vince something easy right now. You want to make him earn it. It's a 4 1/4 inch 9-foot table. Make him earn it. Ooh,
Wow, we could cut that ball.
that's the only. Yeah, it's just. I guess if he could overcut it, then that means he could cut it in, which is not unreasonable. It's just you just got to know in the moment how if it's going to go or not.
Yeah, the cue ball is very far away from the 9. It wasn't going to be easy.
Yeah, I think you just have to know. Does your decision lead to a win or a loss?
Right.
And if you're on that 8 ball and you feel like this is going to win me the game, shoot it. If you feel like this is the part of the script where this is the part of the movie where it doesn't work again and I go down 4-1, then you just don't shoot it.
Oh, no.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of heat on this shot. It looks unmissable, but let me tell you, you got to think about it. Oh, he didn't
Oh,
even
yeah.
make him shoot it. Wow. I would have made him shoot that
Yeah.
ball because here's why. The weight of the world was on Jeff's shoulders there, and all it takes is it's not just a shot. It's not the shot that's tough. It's the situation that's tough. And that when you're down 3-1 on the stream and things are just going dead wrong against you, and you feel like the universe is fighting you, all it takes is one negative thought to like how painful would it be if I missed this 9, And you know what I mean? I finally got a good shot. And what would it mean if I couldn't miss this ball, right? Like all it takes is one weird thought.
Yeah.
And you're just vulnerable. And on these 4 1/4, maybe on a valley, I get to keep, but on this
Yeah.
table, that was a generous concession.
All right, I'm sorry to cut
Hey.
it short. I gotta get home.
We'll talk soon, Nate.
yes,
We'll talk soon.
absolutely. Thank you very much
Yeah,
for
man.
having
Always
me.
good to see you.
Yes. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it.
Thanks for doing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what, Hank? Do you want to just leave your hat, and I'll just do commentary with your hat?
Okay.
Okay, fine, Dave. You can come back.
All right, man. Thank you.
Holler.
Sounds good. Yes.
Text me when you're not at school.
All right. Will do. Thanks, man.
I forgot to tell you guys, but Hank's trained with me too when he was 11 years old, and he went from running 3 balls a 9-ball to running 3 racks of 9-ball in about 27 days. True story. Anyway, all right, that's okay. It's early, Jeff. He was worried about position, took his eye off the ball. Happens. Hey, Dave. Thanks. You know what? I'm doing a bad job engaging the chat. Let me think of a good interactive question. Let's see here. Okay, why don't we get predictions on the final score? It's 3-2 Vince. Jeff won the last game. Who do you guys believe? What do you think's going to happen from here? Zach's asking about our next tournament. Okay, let's see what happens here. Thank you, Dave. He's got to break open this 4-9, or you know what I like? You know, honestly, what about instead of trying to break them open, what about just trying to make the 2, make the 3, get on the other side of them, and bank the 4-9 cross corner? I mean, on these tables, what you got to realize, it's so hard to run out of these tables. And if you're a 500 Fargo, at some point, just cinching the 2, making the 3, and getting on the other side of the 4-9, and just seeing if you could bank it cross corner. I don't know. But the other thing is, I know how to throw banks. You know, other than Mike Pankoff, I'm like the second best bank thrower around these parts. All right, 7-5 Vince, 7-6 Jeff, 7-6 Jeff. All right, everybody likes Jeff's end of it. That's I like it. Maybe that energy, guys. That energy is gonna transmit through the interweb. Zach, it's a wet towel. We had something going, Zach. We had something good going there for a minute. That's all right. I'll tell you what, man. I'll take a cynical realism over. I'll take a cynical realist over a touchy feely.
Yeah, that one he hit the inside of the pocket and it didn't go.
Yeah, let's watch.
He hit it good. That was a good shot.
Okay, so this rack is all about getting from. Of course, there's work to do, and on this table anything can happen. But really, it's all about the 6 to the 7 pivot, right? You can play if you get full on the 5, you could play it the 6 to the left side. But boy, it's hard. Well, now he lost his cue ball, and I wonder if he ducks. There's that safe where you just bank this up table behind the 6 and go 1 rail behind the 9. You can kind of go in the back of the 7 almost. Or you could just ride the 9, which is not the stupidest idea because it does go. And I mean, I wouldn't ride the 9, but it's early enough in the rack. I don't mind guys that are sub 500 taking some swings. And I know both these guys probably play over 500 speed, but okay. So now how do you get from the 6 to the 7? You know, Mike, I got a funny story for you, and you know the players involved. I won't even mention any names. I will say this. This story is just for Mike, but you guys might get a kick out of this. There was a player a local player that likes to play one pocket and bet a lot of money. And he'd never seen me play one pocket before and thought that I couldn't play at all. And so at one point I was playing in a tournament and I had like an hour wait or 2 hour wait for a match. And there was another local player that wanted to play me some 5 Iraq one pocket. And the player that I thought I might end up playing someday, I didn't want to play good one pocket because I thought I might be able to get a pretty big money game with this other player. So I was basically trying to shoot one pocket like a 9-ball player, acting confused, just shooting crazy shots, not really knowing what I'm doing. I'm playing 5 a game, right? I don't care. It was a good advertising for this other match I was hoping to maybe get one day. Sorry, I'm watching the match too. Well, it turns out I never got the big money game I wanted with that other player. But the player that I was playing 5 Iraq with thought that I couldn't play one pocket at all because I ended up breaking even with them, but like they thought I couldn't play at all. And I ended up winning, I ended up getting into a money game with that player and ended up winning a few hundred off that player not too long down the road. I was like, well, I hustled the wrong person. I was going for Moby Dick and I ended up catching I got the tuna. Anyway, I hustled the wrong person. I feel vaguely dirty about it, but all right. Did he get dead straight?
Yeah, I think he can go into that rail, but it's hard action to go all that top left down. Maybe he can.
He just stopped it.
Yeah.
You know what the problem is that this is tough. If I was going to play safe, I might have played safe on
With
the
that
6
ball.
ball. Yeah, just because there's no advantage to making it then. But let's see what he does. Just try not to leave anything too easy. It's not in front of the side. Just not in front of the side. Okay, good. That'll work. On this table, Vince is an underdog to make this ball.
Yeah, that's a tough shot on this too.
Yeah, well, Mike, I'll tell you next time I see me. You already know who I'm talking about for one of the players, but I'll tell you who the other player was, and you'll laugh even harder. Yeah. So Jeff did well to make him earn it. Make him earn it. Make him earn it. Make him earn it. Yep. I think he'll follow the end rail and out here. There's worlds where you can pinch draw this as well and just take a little bit longer, but you have to be comfortable queuing pretty low. And so I don't mind just using a nice high ball. The trick is queuing high enough that you get to the end rail. Oh, man. Okay.
Makes it a little bit more of a tester,
Boy, is this tough. Vince ain't conceding this 9-ball.
right?
Under the circumstances, guys, this has got to be like a 60-40 proposition. I'm not joking. These pockets and distance are not easy. And he ginned it. And look at that. Listen, twice in a row,
Nice shot.
he didn't scratch on that other ball, that 8-ball. And Dennis made the comment earlier that sometimes the luck can turn, but you have to make it turn. And Jeff came with those and made it turn. Yeah, Dennis, we're actually testing the Discord right now for the Patreon group, and so I've got a couple people with access that are kind of starting to post some stuff. I'm starting to organize some stuff. So we are doing the what do you call it, the soft launch or whatever before we open it up to everybody. So it's everything takes longer than you want it to because that's life. That's the way life works. But yeah, we're talking. It may not be days, but it's probably weeks. It's not months. I just want to make sure everything's working. All right, Jeff's breaking like a King Kong. And look at, he got a friendly bump. All right. If you don't have a shot, if it doesn't clear the 7, which I don't know that it clears the 7, you got to play safe. And I think you can kind of bank it on the other side of the 9. You may not be able to wedge him up on top of the 9, but oh, he's acting like it goes. I guess it might go. Yeah, that's a tough shot on this table. All right, so what do we got? Really, this game is once you're good on the 6 ball, they're somewhat open. But getting from the 2, getting on the 2 and then getting over to the 5 and back to the 6, okay, well, he's got a shot. He's just, boy, it's a lot of distance on these tight tables. But he's been swinging. Vince swings, man. Remember that run he made in that 8 ball?
Yeah, kept shooting him in, man.
But Vince seems to have been losing a little bit of his magic that he had going earlier. So the pool is a momentum game. Jeff kind of feels like he's won a couple. He's starting to feel better. He came with that 9 ball last rack. That's how it turns around.
Yep. Well, and Vince plays a lot of big tables, so I would have guessed Vince
Yeah,
to win this set.
Yeah. Jeff just has to keep. Now Jeff is feeling way better though. Can't you tell? He's just feeling. way
Jeff
better.
plays pool, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, all the time. So
Yeah.
he's gonna get better. He's a newbie. 4 years doesn't sound like a newbie, but in this journey, that's a newbie,
Yeah.
and he's doing good for a newbie. There is people out in the room watching them, and when they're on the bar table, it's kind of tucked into this little cubby hole, and now they're in the middle of the room, and there's 10 extra people watching, so I don't know if that adds to the nerves for Vince.
I should do what I said to Dustin Morris that time he was playing an exhibition match. I should walk up to Jeff and say, "Hey Jeff, if somebody was betting, 1,000 on the side, would you want to know about that, or would that throw you off?" Okay, I won't troll the players. It'd probably make him play better. This guy, he can handle it. Look at that cut. Look at that.
Didn't even touch a rail.
Chinned it. Now you could float this forward to the 1.5 diamond on the end rail, and just the cue ball goes to the side rail and snuggles up beyond the 7. Half ball hit, just a little thicker than half ball. Maybe you can. Oh, he's going for the pocket. I'm a nit, man. How do I ever win against anybody?
He's just running out.
Just shoot them all in. How
Yeah.
did he make that ball on the side? I didn't even see that shot.
Yeah, Jeff, do what you just did. That's.
I'm
what I
looking
would
at the
do.
replay. I didn't even see that there was a shot there.
You can thin this 5 too and get nice shape on the.
Jeepers. He's letting Jeff's got it going now. He's getting this letting it
He's
swing
shooting
out.
it in the corner. This is one where I do shoot in the side, but corner is good if you're not, and the scratch is not in play. I think I would have shot that one in the side.
I don't know, man.
Tough.
It's. I
tough.
think it was thinner than it looks on the camera. I think if you went over the
Probably,
table,
yeah.
I don't think the side might have.
No,
might
but
have
like
been in
one
play.
pocket players cut them thinner,
Yeah,
Yeah, whatever.
that's
Right, Mike? Don't you one pocket players? You cut it thin. Just cut it. Just cut it.
like the
Look
Evan
at
Lunda.
that. Oh,
The
Vince.
Evan Lunda spot shot.
Yeah,
from
right.
the jaws on the other side. Yeah, just do that.
Just do that. All right, well, here we go, Jeff. It can be your first lead of the night out of either set.
You know what would be funny is if you were trying to cut the spot shot ball from the jaws like Evan Lunda. What if you airballed the thing and the cue ball went 4 rails and knocked it in front of your hole anyway? Like it just went around the table and then executed the same shot. That'd be pretty cool.
Not bad.
Yeah. The problem is the 6 and
Little
7
thin.
are both really difficult. Man, this shot is so tough on this table, especially knowing that you're just. But he's done caring. I mean, he's done not caring. He's done sweating it. He's just gonna swing. Throw it at the dark hole. Just throw it at the dark hole. Look at that.
Nice shot.
Now, is there ever a world where you duck here? I mean, honestly, on this table, you know this table. Is there ever
No,
a world where you
right.
duck
It's
here?
no joke.
There might be worlds in which I duck here, just because you can always do it. And that's where it's like, there's not, I mean, if you posted that shot on AZ Billiards and posted a picture of that and asked people if they should shoot or duck, 100 people out of 100 say, you have to shoot there. You're not going to win the match ducking. But when you're at the table playing and it's your money, you have to just know what's going to work in the moment. You know what I mean? You just have to know. You have to pool decision making. It's not just about there are certain things. Let's see how he gets in the 9. Oh boy. This 9 goes on the side too. It's not easy on the side, but it does go on the side. See
In
if,
Vince's defense, that 8-ball was a tougher shot than it.
yeah, it's certainly Vince lost his rhythm. I mean, the momentum has shifted a little because
Okay.
earlier he was coming with those. I mean, and
Sure.
he was just expected to win, and I've been focused a lot on Jeff, but it's like the same thing that. Oh, he went okay. I mean, there's no harder to decide. He got reasonable. It's just the way it's been going. Things have shifted a little, but this is always a tester. It's not about the momentum. Now it's just a hard shot. But man, you can
Nice
you can
shot.
feel the momentum change. See Zach Robbins, man, he's the hater. He didn't realize that the Watts train has left the station. Okay, so what I was saying, guys, is that pool decision making. It's not just strictly logical. You have to just feel like there's 2 choices, and one of them leads to good things and one of them leads to bad things, and you have to just figure out in the moment, does this decision feel like something good is about to happen if I do this, right?
Yeah, no, I dig that. And sometimes it never feels right for like a half hour of the match. Do you know what I mean? You're like,
Yeah, there's no
you're
decision that's worse.
just grinding it in.
Every
'cause you're
decision's
like,
a losing decision.
That's
That's where it
like,
gets tough.
man, it gets that way sometimes though.
Well, he's won 3 in a row.
He's up to 68%, the favorite now. 68, 31%.
Yeah, we round down to 68 because it's .49. The rules of mathematics are against you on this one, Jeff.
All right, they're open. I'm not sure if the 3-ball passes.
Look at how
the
tough this
7.
rack is with the 3, the
Tough.
4.
It's on to nothing.
Even on the 6-ball. Like I was talking to Harry about this, Hank the Tank. I was talking to Hank. If you had ball in hand on the 6-ball, Dave,
Yep.
ball in hand on the 6-ball, and all the other guys were gone, what would be your run? Like, what percentage would you
Right,
have to make
no.
the 6, get on the 7, make the 7 to get back on the 8, make the 8 and get on the 9? Like, what would be your run out percentage? Do you think from the 6-ball?
I want to say a high number, but I bet it's 50%. You know what I mean? I'd like to say higher than that, but like, that's tough.
Yeah, I think I would put myself around 75%, and
Yep.
and I think that's only because I feel very confident. You know, like but
Yeah,
like
but
I'm,
even just the 6 to the 7, even with ball in hand.
yeah.
It's not like
it's tough, and then to deal with making sure you beat the side, you got to cue it with enough low right or pull it back and accept the big cut of the 7. So like my point is that I was talking to Hank, and you know how good Hank's striking him.
Oh, yeah.
And like I asked him a similar question about a spot like that, and he was Hank was right there with me that there's 75, 80% on 70, 80% on certain shots and runouts that are 95 to 100 on most tables.
Yep.
Okay, Vince swung one in.
Got pretty straight in on that too. Enough to move. Maybe that does the 3 go by the 7? It kind of looks like it does, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
But you got to move too, because
How do you even get
ball.
there?
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe you just have to shoot from around where it's at right now. Follow the rail into the spot. I mean, you kind of want an angle so you can get across. But yeah, Vince is. I wonder. So I've been focused a lot on Jeffrey Drew because Vince was swinging his cue really well and pocketing everything. Now Vince has been a little bit. What I think goes on, and having watched this match a little bit, if I had to make generalities about where these guys are missing balls, that's a good shot. Yeah, things are starting to turn. What I would say is both when they're missing balls, they're doing a little bit. There's a balance between how much emphasis is on pocketing the current shot, and how much you work the cue ball to play shape for the next shot. And there's been a number of times Yeah, so this game, man, this table, this is miserable to play
Wow,
sometimes.
and that one was all table, Jeff.
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
a perfect shot.
I mean, I'm watching the replay. I mean, I can't quite say it was perfect because it didn't go, but like,
Man,
you hit it.
barely grazed the rail on the way in.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm watching the replay, and it doesn't seem right that. Oh my goodness, Vince airballed it. Okay, so what I'm saying is that there's certain priorities, and you have to know how much emphasis. Okay, what are you saying? You're
I
saying.
think it rocked.
Oh, did it? We're watching the replay. It didn't even look close. No,
No, you're right.
you're practicing your one pocket moves. No. I saw it. I mean, that ball definitely. It definitely.
Sorry to interrupt.
I'm just saying that I feel that early when Jeff was playing in the 8-ball match, I think that he missed a few balls doing a little bit too much with the cue ball,
Okay.
putting some weird inside spin on shots or trying to do stuff that was a little bit too hinky. And now I think Vince a couple times has been a little bit guilty of. I was saying earlier that one thing that Vince does really well, yeah, these balls just don't go down the rail.
Yep.
Just forget it. It's like Chinese 8-ball around this place. I was saying that Vince does a good job, one shot at a time, just swinging his cue and not worrying too much about every inch of the cue ball. And some of the shots he missed, I feel like he was steering the cue ball and worried a little bit more about the cue ball. He caught it from the rail from the backside. Okay, this one is very, very long, and it doesn't lead. The speed you want to use, you either have to bunt roll this or you really have to swing it. Yeah, I think. Well, you gotta. Things are changing, man. Now who's getting a little bit, but really, this game is not. It's not really over until somebody's good on the 7-ball. You know what I mean? It's just like it could feel like this is almost like, what do you call it when it's not significant, when it's insignificant, when it's irrelevant. Like this is the right now, like getting ball in hand of the 4-ball is almost no bargain.
Is Vince on 2?
Good, fair question. I think I would try to break them open. And you know the way I'd like to do this? Okay, let's get serious now. I like to play my cue ball into the rack area on the top end of the table, like like by the head spot or something like that. I like to play the 5 of the side, and I like to come to the bottom rail and into them from behind. Because that way, if you go directly into them, you have to use a low ball, and your cue ball control is not as good. But if you get thin on the 5 of the side, follow to the end rail, you can use like a high ball, and then coming off the rail, you can even feel it out, maybe use a little wiggles of outside spin if you need to, and try to
Sure.
just rip them apart from behind. And I'm not talking like I'm going to go into them lightly and move the 8 an inch. Like, trust me, I'm going to move both balls. Like, I'm not going to get hooked beyond the 8. I mean, he missed ball in hand. Oh, he made ball in hand. Look at this. You looked away. You didn't see. Watch his ball in hand shot on the replay. I'm telling you, man. Okay, but now what's he gonna do? Oh, he tried to just juice it. That's actually a pretty cool try. All right.
I was reading cue ball control sometimes, and yes, the one pocket is the best game in billiards, in my opinion, and it helps all the games. All the shots come up. You get to be artistic, and everybody should play it. At least 20% of their pool should be one pocket. But that's just my opinion. What is your opinion, Demetrius?
Yeah, I have a different opinion. Oh, hang on a second. Did that ball just? I want to see the replay. Did that ball just 3-rail the triple Z?
I think it like
That ball that tripled. I'm
So he
watching.
tripled it?
He banked it and it tripled. 1, 2,
Sure did.
3. I'm not sure I've ever seen that before. I've watched a lot of pool. Have you ever seen a
Wow.
ball do that?
No, it's pretty strong, Watsy. He can do this. No, he had to do way more twist or check it a little bit.
Or you can just get short side.
Or you could just get perfect. Yeah, that's okay too.
This is so tough, man. This ball, you got to go up and down table. You can't slow roll this ball. Your make percentage goes to nothing.
And
Doesn't
yeah,
it?
James Richard, I make him shoot every ball. I would never give anybody a ball. I know it's a respect thing, so I give the last ball in a big set maybe. But during the set, even if it's a gimme, you could miscue. So
So this is what happens when the momentum changes. That ball did not hang. It came off the
it
point and
came
went
out.
back.
Yep.
And he didn't like overcut it pro side, like it just came off the point. But now Vince has the 2-rail kick. This is like a 1-pocket shot. You 2-rail, clip the 8 towards the other corner, and then the cue ball goes up table. And if you miss, you hope it goes to side rail and back. Oh no.
He ticked the 9.
Well, this is a really cool. Let's see if you can make this. This is a big 2-ball run here. On most tables, you'd kind of consider this a foregone conclusion, but he's making this thinner. I would not want to set this up to where I had to use any inside English. I would want to set this up where I could use high, center. And that was high and center. Good shot, Jeff. All right, see if you can make the 9. Every shot, man, every shot. The funny part is people think that, like, nice shot, Jeff. Like, I have a significantly higher Fargo rate, and I still sweat those 9 balls, you know what I mean?
I do.
And you've seen me miss them, too, you know what I mean? Like, there's a reason I sweat them, because they don't all go. Oh, look at this.
Still got leagues going on. That's the table over in the cubby hole that they played their first match
The one
on.
that's covered up in the back, yeah.
And this is a league night. That's one of the owners, Chris Saprell, right there in the middle. He's playing a league match. We took one of the good cameras and put it up in the middle of the room so we could pretty much get the whole room, but mainly this is our table. Everybody wants to play on the middle 9-footer. So let's see Jeff's break. They're racking the one on the spot, so they break way off to the side and try to wing ball it. Got the wing ball, but the cue ball went a little bit loose.
Yeah, getting from the 2 to the 3 is a big challenge. So where I like to be, I like to play the 2-rail route where I want my cue ball, I want to shoot the 1 on the right-hand side, follow forward just far enough to not be hooked behind the 4, but leave it a half ball head angle where I can cut the 2 to the left using high ball with a tip of right, coming end rail, side rail near where his chalk is.
So he drew it back, which is
So
not controlled
number
enough.
1, you're using a shot that's harder to control than the follow, and number 2, you're crossing your line of position, and you've got the angle on the other side of the 2, where now you're crossing your line of position to get on the 3. See, if he was the other way, he could come
Yeah.
2 rails. Now he played it good. He got the right window, and he still got
Sure,
there.
sure.
But the gap between the 6 and the side was very tight, and it took good direction. But he got it done. Let's see if he can keep that going. He's been a little bit down. But look at that.
Nice shot.
Boy, guys, that's a tester, man. And he did exactly what he wanted to do there.
He's just shooting good shots.
I like swinging this low ball because high, you coming close to the corner, you got to use a lot of right to get it out of there. I just
Yep.
like swinging this with low ball.
right to the coin and out.
And he
Boom,
has
just like
that shot. Look at his rhythm, man. He's back. Like
He shoots
just,
that shot better than me by far. Wow.
he just like started swinging again. Like he'd been kind of in a funk for the last
Yep.
half hour.
Yeah, he's kind of letting her go a little bit, which is good.
And good things happen, man. When you start swinging, it's like
Yep.
good players make good rules.
It's not over yet.
What a
He's
shot
got
that!
good
What a
look.
shot that was on the 7. He just threw it down there, and he just felt his way down. Like when you're tight and controlling, you don't get there on the 9, on the 8. You know what I mean?
Yep. 100%.
You have to, in order for that to work that way, you have to just be like, well, whatever I get, I'll just shoot it in. That's the only mindset that gets you there. Oh, but look at things turn, and when things turn,
Didn't hang, man. You know,
it didn't
it's-
scratch.
Yeah, it didn't
because
scratch. Yeah.
the positive thinking kept it out of the hole, man.
Oh,
This is super
tester
brutal, man.
now.
I mean, this is super tough.
Tough shot.
I play this. I don't slow roll this where if I miss, it's going to be hanging in the pocket. If I shoot, I'm going to use a nice medium swing.
'Kay.
And then if I don't shoot, I will. If I duck, I duck. But I think I would shoot. But I would shoot with a speed to where if I miss, the cue ball's going to the bottom rail.
Yep.
See that speed? Nothing good can happen if you
That's
miss.
like one pocket speed. You gotta just.
I would, maybe not, it wasn't off by much. I just would have given it like 30, 40% more than that.
Okay.
That's just me.
Yeah, I make a lot of those shots because I play one pocket. I make a lot of those shots at like pocket speed, and in this game you can't do that. So then I find myself a little bit out of my normal shoot, because like in one pocket you're always kind of wanting to shoot pocket speed, and 100% the opposite in this game. And I fight myself on that a lot because it's like, man, pocket speed, I think I'm like 80% to make this, and shooting it with a little bit of pace, maybe I'm 60% or 65, but also leaving it there will cost you, so that's my battle inside my brain when, in playing the big rotation games.
Man, this set is coming to the wire. Whatever happens, this is a close set. And whatever happens, I'm glad that both players have had a chance to get in gear. And for those that watched the 8-ball and were wondering, like, what was going on with Jeff, like, you could see the guy can play some pool. He's done a lot of things right this set. And to do it. But I kind of, as much as I was talking about the momentum and the importance of winning the last bar table game, I also said it's possible he could just kind of start swinging and
Yep.
it's and then he was down a little bit. He's just like, I think that's what happens. You just kind of like at some point you can only hurt for so long, and then you just
let the arm kind of do it. You know
just
what I
kinda
mean?
surrender. You kind of surrender. Zach, you are very fortunate that you don't live in a town with a bunch of ball bunchers.
I feel sorry for you, Zach. Demetrius and me, it's the one and only thing we don't agree on, I think. And if you're ever in the Twin Cities, St. Paul, Minnesota, I'll show you how to bunt balls around.
I think
for
one,
20 a game.
I think one pocket's for people that can't play pool. I'm just kidding. I'm not that against the game. I strongly think that, and it's funny because, one pocket is a game of mental game, decision making, game management, cue ball control.
Everybody thinks that it'd be the perfect game for your
Yeah.
brain
And
to do all the strategy. And stuff.
But it's just like, maybe that's because I just like to be tested. And for me, like 9-ball and 10-ball on big tables with tough pockets, that's the hardest part.
It's tough,
And so like anything where I can work around shots I don't like and just kind of like decision make and kind of shy away from difficulty. That's the one thing about one pocket I don't like, is that
You can shy away from it.
you could squirm away. And
Yeah.
9-ball and 10-ball, there's no room for squirming away.
And Zach, we call that inning and out. You're just inning to try to wait for a better look. You can hide from your defensive posture as long as you can. And then they just put another ball over. They're just putting another ball.
So for people that are, normally when I do commentary, I never take my eyes off the table. But when these guys are playing on this table, you got to understand, until they get to like the 6-ball or the 5-ball, it's like the rack's unrunnable.
Tough.
Mike.
And that's Mike Pankoff in the chat. That's
He's like a one-pocket Hall of Famer.
yeah. You got to keep company with good people. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right.
That's why we keep Mike around.
You can't beat them, join them.
But don't you cash in the Derby every year at one pocket? So you must be pretty good at it, Demetrius.
I don't know, man. I have no idea. I'll let you know. If I ever feel like I've got that game solved, I'll let you know.
And Demetrius never practices the game banks too. Like he probably plays it once the day before Derby, and that's about it. And then he goes and cashes. It's just, I'll probably play 100 games of it before I go.
Yeah.
Another reason why we got Mike.
Yes. All right.
Come on, Vince.
We're starting to
Here's
get.
a good starter.
Yeah, we got a good starter. So
Come on, Vince.
it's not that the other shots don't matter, but it's just you got to be practical. What about I got an idea. What about shooting the 3 softly into the 8, rolling the cue ball into the 6, wedging him beyond the 5, and not getting a rail? The 4. I didn't know the 3-ball went. I'm sorry.
Yeah. He's got enough angle here. He might be able to get back for this 5. Unless the combo's on.
I don't know, man. I am an underdog to make this 4-ball with the speed to get across table.
Right.
Aren't you? Aren't you an like
Yeah.
not even money? Like I'm not on this table trying to come work my cue ball in this shot. I'm not even money unless the 5-6 is on and I can just cinch it. That was an unbelievable shot.
He didn't get rewarded for that. That's a tough shot on this table.
That is a really difficult shot. That's like the little Chris table shot. You gotta.
Yep. Don't get me started on the little Chris table. That's a tough table too.
That's what I'm saying. On that shot, at least, yeah.
Yep. We were rattling the ball out and we were shooting it without,
Yeah, there's
we were
something
shooting-
slight. Little Chris has this table. It's just the pockets are cut just a tiny bit gaffy wherever they're coming down the rail. You hit these shots where on any other table it comes off the facing and goes right in. You hit them clean.
This one bounces 5 times and comes
Yeah.
right back at you.
All right. All right, let's see what Jeff can do here.
You got 3 tight ones and then needs to move for the 9.
Oh, yeah, Dave is asking me about, I played T-Rex when Slate
Yeah.
first opened.
Sorry,
Well,
T-Rex is my favorite player.
yeah.
That's why.
Well, I played him, but yeah, I mean, yeah, Dave, that was Dave's decision to bring Tony in. I would have, who would I have called? If I was going to call somebody, I would have called somebody for a rotation, probably.
Probably Shane, right?
No, because then I don't know that would have been the best match.
Yeah.
It would have been probably better for me to play a guy like, well, yeah.
Sergio or something.
Yeah, or if you wanted to get a name player, I mean, I don't know. There's guys that are better than me that would be fun draws that would still be a sweat. Moment of silence for Mika Immonen, that would have been a good match. That's the kind of guy where he's a strong favorite, but you never know what'll happen. Still a little bummed about losing Mika this week. Hard to believe, man. It's just the world turns, and yeah, you're not always. So what do missing ball in hand on that 5? I mean, he was starting to really get cute about where he wanted to be on the 6 and exactly what angle. Pool's a weird balance between planning and freewheeling, and I've taught Jeff, and sometimes I've got this online coaching, and I've worked with a lot of students, and I want to make sure that people but it happens. It happens to everybody, but like I don't want people to like overthink stuff. Like you have to plan, but then you also have to just kind of like, I don't care where I get. I'm just gonna make the 5 get on the 6, make the 6 get on the 8, make the 8 get on the 9, put it in the hole. Who cares? Like you've got to have that mentality. But then you've also got to be like, but I want to be on this side of the line, and I don't want to, and I want to make sure. So it's like you got to do both. You have to. Like I always say, you have to plan like you're a chump, and then you have to shoot like you're a champion. You have to plan like you can't shoot, and then you have to shoot like you don't need a plan. And Jeff started planning like he could shoot, but he forgot to shoot like he didn't need a plan. All right, this is a big opportunity, man. Vince won the last game. If he can get through this one, especially with Jeff missing a ball in hand and then him coming back and getting an opportunity, if he can run these out, this is a momentum turner. Okay, this is now, guys. This is not 100% out because there is no way to get on a 9 where it's not a tester, and the 8 ball is a tester if you have to work your cue ball. So I'm telling you, what do you think Jeff's or what do you think your run out percentage would be here, Dave, with ball in hand?
I'm
80%?
Yeah, for sure.
So you guys have to understand, this is a critical spot. It's 5 to 4, and this is not easy. Now, where I like putting the cue ball is frozen on the left-hand side rail,
I love
3
that.
inches away,
I love
so that
that,
you can
yeah.
give yourself a back cut and you can always make it. Now, this isn't bad, as long as you can reach it.
He's not stretching. Yeah. He's a little bit laid out.
Okay, but like this is
Still
as
a
good
tough
as
shot.
this is just as good as that
That's-
shot's going to
that's-
give you, And
yeah.
then, I mean, I don't know what my make percentage is on this, but like under the heat, like this has got to be like 75%.
There's pressure, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not at all shocked. So Jeff, I would not think to yourself that you just dogged it in some horrible way. Like this is at 5-4 on this table. That's especially when you get ball in hand on the 8 ball. There's part of you that's like feels like you should have an easy win, and it's just hard to believe that a 2-ball run could be that tough. But it is. Oh no, Dave. So number one, the ball was too thin in the side to be that good. Yeah, just do that. And then number two, the high inside 3-railer, shooting that ball down the rail on this table with inside with enough speed to go 3 rails was harder than just shooting it out of the corner. So, and then there's no guarantee you'd get a foolproof 9-ball anyway. So there's worlds where if that 8 was closer to the corner and the 9 was more in front of the side, then there's worlds where yes, that would be the case. Glad you know the shot though. It's a critical shot to know. Yeah, just like that, man. So Jeff missed a ball in hand, and then he didn't get out with ball in hand again with 2 balls, which, like I said, I'm not really faulting him for that. It's that you can't always do it.
Still a tough out.
But here's the thing, though. But when you don't get out with ball in hand twice, then the other guy makes that long bank. That's just how. I'm telling you, that's how pool works. Boy, I don't think he can make this. Just shoot a stop shot and try to wedge him beyond the 7. Bank this ball up table. Oh, he tried to cut it, but I just don't think
Tried
it
to
was.
make it, yeah.
Vince might have a cross corner bank. Overcut the bank and let it go 2 rails to the end rail. Oh, fouled. All right. Well, this rack is actually somewhat open. You just have to get from the 4 to the 5. So the 1 leads to the 2, leads to the 3.
I like to be like between the 2-ball and the 9-ball, shooting the 5. You know what I mean?
Or shooting the 4.
Or shooting the 4-ball.
Yeah,
to get
yeah,
to the
yeah.
5.
Because the problem with being on the other side, being between the 8-9 to shoot the 4, is that you're dealing with the 6, right? And that 6 and the 7 kind of make that side a little covered.
Yep.
Of course. You're fine, Jeff. You're fine. Keep calm.
He was telling the cue ball to slow down because when you yell at it,
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
it does.
I forgot you got the battery operated.
Nice shot.
Yeah, that is a good shot, and he's got good on the 3, and he can get an angle on the 5. You know what? The other thing is, there's worlds. Nah, I always like playing the 2 rails around. I definitely get to the middle of the table and play your shot. You'd want to come outside English and
Yeah, he has a smidge of angle to
and
get
go
to
end
the-
rail,
to
side
the
rail, side
spot.
rail.
Yeah.
Because knowing Jeff, like Jeff likes to play, he may not be at the level where he knows that shot as well, so he might just play a 1 rail where he might just roll this in, shoot the
Okay.
4 with high ball and maybe a twisted inside or something, because he knows that shot better.
Oh, okay. Sure.
So this is the problem with this, guys, is that, and so this, I'm not saying it's wrong for him. It's right for him because you can't use tools you don't know. But for Jeff, this is right because he knows that he can follow 1 rail up table, but then you're dealing with the corner and you don't know what angle you're going to get on the 5. And so you're just kind of, oh, okay, he didn't use the inside on that. So the way we were talking about doing it was
He would have had to check that.
we
if
were
he-
talking about getting more even with the 4 and cutting it in with, outside English and using the rails going end rail, side rail, second diamond to second diamond line. And that's a path that next time I get together with Jeff, I'll work with him
Yeah.
on that shot because once you get comfortable with that shot,
And you can learn that shot at mnpoolbootcamp.com.
yeah, we deal a lot with the move shots.
I learned that shot there, literally.
Yeah.
On this table, you got to move, on a
We're saying
9-foot
that
table.
there's 31 people watching and 30 of them are my friends. So
Nice.
and the other one's my mom. So
Hey, Mom.
it's okay.
And Mike's watching too.
Yeah,
we didn't forget you.
I
Mike.
thought he was a friend, but maybe the truth comes
No
out.
way.
You just pulled the
Keep
rug
your
out.
enemies closer.
Okay, let's
Them's fighting words.
see what he can do on the 6 ball here. This is kind of a big shot here. Yeah, it's a tough shot.
Tough shot.
And for Jeff, that 7 ball right now, look at he's straight in, so there's no way to get it. There's no way to get it easy.
You're
on the
shooting it
7.
from right there,
Yeah.
right?
Either that or you could draw back a couple feet and hang the 6. Those are your choices.
Yeah, no, yeah. These are gonna be three hard shots.
It's 5-5. It's 5-5. Is he following 2 rails? I don't like following 2. That's what I'm saying. There's a few times when he's done too
You
much
just
with the
can't get
You can't
better.
do that.
You
You
just
got to just
can't
make
get
the
better.
ball. Because here's the thing. You got to ask yourself which. I know that the 7 is hard, but which is harder, the 7 ball or trying to rip that ball with high ball 2 rails out of it? Like
Right.
it's just harder. You made the 6 harder than the 7 would have been.
Yep.
And I get it, man. You don't want a hard shot in the future, but you can't betray the present Jeff
Yeah.
for the future Jeff.
Yep, and shot A needs to be made, otherwise the difficulty of shot B is irrelevant.
Man, player break. Hang on. No, Vince is just getting mentally ready. Now this is one that is he shooting the wrong ball?
He's
gotta
shooting
shoot.
the wrong ball.
I've-
Jeff will tell him.
No, you shouldn't tell him. You shouldn't tell him. You should just gleefully take ball in hand. Because okay,
Oh well, because it is
Jeff
a-
did the absolute right thing by not telling him.
Okay.
Anybody that thinks you're supposed, here's the thing: if there's a referee in the game, the referee doesn't tell him that he's shooting the wrong
Right.
ball.
Fair
The referee
enough.
just calls foul. Well, when you're playing a 2-player game, you assume the role of the referee, and so it's not your job to tell him what ball to shoot. Now, that's
Correct.
it. I know that there's sub circles where it's considered gentlemanly, but I'm just telling anybody that's watching, you just let them shoot because. It's not because here's
Yeah,
what
that
because
makes-
what's next? Are you going to tell them that they're shooting the wrong shot?
Yeah,
They're better
they
off.
just gotta learn.
Should Vince have gotten up and told Jeff not to shoot the high ball 2-railer? Like, hey,
Right.
just cinch this ball.
You're right. Where
like,
does it
where does
stop?
it stop?
The small things end up becoming everything, so forget it. Maybe Vince was just setting them up, like, hey, you
Dude.
get these 3 balls out.
Yeah,
of
he
here.
conveniently left the 7 right on the rail. You know what I mean? It's a move.
Vince has got the trap.
Okay. In all seriousness, I don't know what to think about. You bring your cue ball to the end as a side rail, you shoot and stop on the 7, and then you just make the 8 and bounce around the 9. That's all you can do here.
In
There's
one pocket, Zach, we call this a trap.
See, the last time yeah, okay. I'm just worried that at some point you just got to shoot the 7 in. That's all you got to do is make these balls. You just got to keep making balls. Okay, good. Made the ball.
You recoiled a little bit on that one, Watts.
Let's see if we can just smooth this in easy and keep. I don't want to draw back and get where you draw out on the 8. I just want to slide this in soft and just make it like that.
Nice.
But
I
now-
wanted to get hill. So.
Now he's straight enough. I don't know that he can follow around. If you try to go around the 9 now, I think you overcut this and hang it. I would probably try to rip it back with draw.
Just straight back.
I think he's going to overcut this ball. It's really hard. Oh, he didn't, but he couldn't get around the
That's
9.
yeah.
It was really tough. It was really tough to get around the 9 without overcutting the ball. And now I play safe and I put this on the end rail. I don't think there's any world in which I'd cut this at pocket speed down this corner. I think I would 1-rail this right to the end rail.
Try to get it right up on the end rail, both balls.
Yeah, this is just match experience. And the reason I know that is because when I was 15, I had that shot come up in a tournament and I tried to
Yep.
cut it down the corner.
Yep.
And I have just learned that that's not how you win sets. And you see Shane go for that stuff and you think that, you're supposed to. But and he shot it pretty quick too. I get it. It's you just want to make it. You just want to get down and make it and have it go in. But
Everybody's doing their drills, putting in work.
all right, let's go back to the home. We're 6-5.
Here we go. Let's see the break.
9-ball break. Ooh. Okay, he made the wing ball. He's got a shot to 1. These balls are spread. what's the game ball here? Getting on the 5 and actually you gotta have to make the 5. Like the game's not over. Once even the 9 ball's a long way from the corner. All right, there's a lot of work to do, but they're open. 2 balls down, the balls are open. See if you can float it back with a big swing. He did, but
4 to the 7's tough.
even a 2 to the 3.
Gosh. There's some good transitions in here.
Well, he's back and just making the balls and trusting that he can deal with it, which is well, this is a tough shot here. Let's see if he can do it. He's kind of got his stroke. His arm looks loose. His arm looks quite a bit looser.
This is the shot. Oh.
All right. This is this is a must-win game, right? Your opponent's on the hill. I think the 5 does probably go on the side. It's very tight. It's on the line from the second diamond. It's maybe just a little bit better than that. It's marginal, Dave, if that ball goes on the side. It's very marginal. But the advantage is that you can just cinch the 4, and then if you make the 5, you win. Trying to get on the 5 for the corner from here is not only tough, but it's a hard shot. Okay, well. Yeah, Zach, I'm sure people have probably made that particular. Okay, let's see what Vince does here. He's swinging pretty quick. Oh, this is exactly the shot he had last time. No, it's tougher.
Yeah, Pancake plays one pocket at the Derby every year. He played some in Arizona, some in Detroit, a lot in Minnesota. He's our manager at Slate Billiard Club now, our head trainer.
Man, a lot happened there. He overcut it safe pro side, almost made the 9 and almost scratched. Not quite almost, but
And best drill for speed, L drill. One pocket L drill.
All right, let's see what he does here.
cringed.
Let's see what he does.
Gotta play
He's on the
safe.
hill.
No,
He's
he's
going for the
swinging.
9. He's swinging at the 9, but he's also swinging the cue ball around. A
Ooh.
lot going on. I'm sure this is not what Jeff was hoping to see.
Nobody wants the 4 ball. The 4 ball's tough all day in this game.
Good shot. He didn't scratch. He's making a play off the table bed. I guess I don't like. I don't love the question. That's not a good question. I just don't like being restricted with my answer. But if I had to pick a drill, I like the center table drill, the box drill that you may have seen. I think that's a good one to. If you had to answer that question, that's how I would answer it. Oh man, he made it, and he's on the 5. Yep, he made it. He's on the 5. He made it. He's on the 5. So that's a great example of just making sure that the priority is making the ball. Oh, if this ball goes, okay. Listen, Vince, I love you, but if that ball went, it would have been just. I was kind of rooting for that ball not to fall, because it would have been a really hard way to lose a set for Jeff to watch that. I mean, that was close. I'll tell you that much. That ball was close. But what I was saying is that Vince did a really good job of making the ball, just making sure he made the ball and going all in to make the ball. People can get too fancy, and just pocketing the ball you're shooting is always the top priority. Oof. Well, the good news is he drew it back. The bad news is it cut, and the cue ball slid 2 or 3 feet further. By bringing it down table, though, he made the zone a little bigger, but yeah, it's not the distance he wants. It's really tough you can easily undercut this ball, worried about the speed. But he made this ball, and oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
He'll
Well,
maybe. if he puts a good lick on
He's getting
this.
his extension. He's taking his time.
Good.
I'll tell you what, that 7 ball was something special. I'm telling. It's so stupid. I get so mad because that ball. Okay, let's watch the shot.
Good shot.
What makes me mad, Dave, is that people see that 7 ball shot and they're like, yeah, it's a foot from the hole. You just chip it in. It's like, come up to this table when you're down 6-5 and you haven't won a game for 3. You've lost 3 games in a row, and that shot is a monster shot. It is a monster shot. Man, this is fun. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah.
And thank you, Dave, and I'm sorry, thank you, Jeff and Vince, and thanks everybody in the chat for putting up with me. Yeah, you can always turn the commentary down and listen to some music. You know, if you don't like the cut of my jib.
And all of Demi's friends that are watching, please like and subscribe to the Slate Billiard Club
Yeah,
page. All 4 of you.
yeah. These are all members. These guys have been nothing.
I
But
know.
They've been so supportive. I don't deserve it. Thank you, guys.
Not every day we get the coach on the mic.
All right, zoom back
So,
in. Can you
yep,
zoom
yep.
back in? I don't. Yeah, thank you.
Demi can't see that far.
I like to be up close and personal. Okay, so the 1, 2, obviously getting on the 3 is tough. The 5 to the 6 is not easy, but really, let's talk about the monster. Obvious elephant in the room is the 7 ball. That 7 ball is a nightmare. I would try to move it on this first shot. I would try to slide this in like a center ball, stun run through, and make the 1 and clip half the 7 and just knock the 7 out. Because I would not want that 7 ball there. Yeah, that was. Yeah, look at his. He stayed down and delivered his cue well, though.
Yep.
He also moved the 7. So now, I'm not going to say that the 6 ball is game ball. Because even if they had ball in hand of the 7, honestly, Hill, I'm not 100% the run out.
Yeah,
and so
right.
I'm never going to say that they are either. Oh my gosh, is he going airborne?
I think he's hooked a little bit. Vince can swerve though.
I know, but he could swerve right into the pocket
I'm
too.
with you. Nope, he had
Well,
it.
he
but
had it, but that's the cost. He had to twist it a little. He can make the 3 or the 5. Or the cue ball. Oh, and move the 5 off the rail. But look at, okay, so this 6 ball looks unpocketable right now. I'm telling you, I've been in this spot. That 6 ball, if somebody told you just had to make the 3, 5, 6 and you'd win, I'd be like, there's just no way I can pocket the 6. Where does it go? You can't shoot that in the side. It's really tough. But getting around the 6 and playing it in the corner, I don't know, man. I'd probably have to shoot it if it goes to the side. Does it go on the side? Oh no! Did he hook himself a ball in hand? That was not okay. Yeah, I think what that is, honestly. Let me tell you what that is. He's one stroking this. He's one stroking. That's not it. That's not. You don't get the one stroke that. Okay, he got away with it. So here's the thing, Dave. Let me ask you a question. Suppose the 6-9 was dead for the side, and all he had to do was make the 4, make the 5, and then the 6-9 was wired. Do you think he would have hooked himself?
right.
No chance.
No
The
chance.
reason he hooked himself is because he was so concerned about how difficult the 6 was that it affected
The
his.
shot before.
It affected his, his spirit and it took him out of his process. I was just talking about this a few days ago, and anyway, interesting to see it play out. You know.
Yeah, no, for real. Vince is going to the air.
Oh my God!
Nutted it.
What a time to do that. But now this shot is 50-50. This shot is brutal. These back cuts on this table when you're bridged off the rail and you got to swing at it. I mean,
Well, he needs to wagon wheel this a little bit
yeah,
too.
he needs
once
to
he
he
hits
needs to
the,
hook it. He needs to Corey Duel this thing a little.
Wow.
You know, he didn't hit it that bad either. You know that.
No.
Okay, it's not over. I mean, Jeff's. He's made some great shots and he's made some good outs. He's also come up short a few times. And what happens, guys, is that even though you get a little rhythm, you still feel like when you've been fighting it again and again and again all night, it affects your confidence. Okay, that worked. Because it's just, sometimes when you're just feeling bad in your gut all night long, it's just hard to think something good is going to happen at the end of the story. And that's not a Jeff thing, that's just a pool thing. You don't want to get too cute. You just make 3 shots. You don't want to like load this up with inside and try to get too fancy. Yeah, like that. Like, I don't know what he was trying to do. But this is what I'm saying. He wanted to get perfect, and now he's kind of bad. And I think he would have been better off just rolling that in with center and just doing foolproof stuff. But okay. What I like, though, is he slowed down. There's no time to be negative. You can't worry about the last shot. You just got to go back. Here's where it's at. I don't believe that he's throwing low ball like there's a scratch here. Okay, this was similar to the other 8 ball. Oh my God, he tried. Okay. He needs this ball to go if he's going to have any chance. Yeah. It's just, it was hard to feel like something good was going to happen. And it's not about Jeff. It's not. There's other days where if he was the one playing, all night, where things were going his way all night, and he'd won the first set, and Vince was struggling all night, and Vince was in that spot, Vince would have a hard time too. Sometimes it's just when things, when things have been fighting you all night, sometimes you just don't feel like you just feel like there's only gonna be one outcome. Now, he got up pretty quick. Let's see what he does here. Well, all right, I would take a time. This is not an easy shot. I don't know what my make percentage would be here, but it's not 100%. Yeah, I'm not. It's just, I'm telling you guys, it's just that's the way it feels. And where you just feel, you get in these spots where it just feels like there's just not going to be an opportunity that's big enough to get through. The opening the path to victory is just not going to be. It's going to be too narrow, no matter what it looks like on the surface. There's emotions. We're emotional creatures, and when you're in that spot, what happens is when you've been up against it all night and you've been fighting, even when you get a couple opportunities, it's not the physical opportunities. It's just trying to reverse the feeling of doom that's been hanging over you all night is monumentally difficult, and that's it. And so I'm not at all surprised. I'm not surprised he didn't miss the 9. It's not because it's him. It's just I just know how it feels and how difficult that is to deal with. So I'm sorry that's a tough one, but the good part is we all have to go through it. You have to go through it, and then because half a pool is learning how to play the game, and the other half of pool is learning how to shake that stuff off when it's going on. And the only way to learn how to shake it off is to go through it. So proud of these guys for getting in the ring and giving us a hell of a show. Good comeback. I mean, after losing 7-1, to regroup, get up 5-3, and then be down 6-5 and come back and win that game, to roll that 7 in and spear the 9 and kind of get it back to the hill. He couldn't get across the finish line, but I'll tell you, it didn't stop him from swinging his cue and doing a lot of things to get it as close as he could. So, good job, guys.
Good match. Thank you, Demetrius from Pool Bootcamp, for streaming it with me tonight.
You got it, brother. Thanks, guys, for tuning in.
Over and out. We'll be back in the next